Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast, Pop Culture in the Dark. I am your host, Eric. Thank you guys so much for being here, whether you're watching on the Reloaded channel or the Debunks channel. I swear that cop car is not coming for me. I promise you it's not, if you can hear it in the background. Literally not coming to my house, at least as far as I know. I just got in from seeing Avatar 3, or Fire and Ash. I'm going to talk about it without spoilers tonight because I do want to give my recommendations for people that might be curious. So we're going to be talking about that. We've got a few rumors lined up to discuss, a few announcements, different things. I will go over all of it in a second once I bring up some of my guests. Oh, wait, my guest popped out. So we had someone in the green room. They left. I'm not going to say who it is in case they had to run out. They'll be back. But we do have one other person in the green room right now who is joining us early right here at the start, and that is Ronan Unchained. What is up, Ronan?
How you doing, Eric?
I'm good. Have you had a chance to see Avatar yet?
No.
I know some people weren't prioritizing it. I don't remember if you were one of those people or not. So
the goal or the set is that like I go see it for Christmas with family. That's the film that we want to see. But I did see something else which we might talk about later.
Yeah. So we got a few things. I'll go over the notes actually because I didn't see the person jump back in yet. But what I want to talk about tonight, and obviously people can submit topics if you'd like. Some of these I did pull from the Discord. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and share the link for the Discord just in case anyone needs it. Let me copy and paste and drop this in here. If you'd like to join the Discord, please feel free to head over and do that. We have a great community over there. Everybody has a good time. Jump in, chat, discuss things, check out the channels, make suggestions, all that fun stuff over at Discord. So here's the things I want to talk about tonight. Obviously, Avatar 3, I'm going to give my thoughts on it without spoiling it, so no spoilers there from me. YouTube's made some changes to the way the AI channels are allowed to exist on YouTube, so we're going to discuss that a little bit. The Warner Brothers Paramount stuff, not so much a deep dive, but I do want to jump in and talk about like them rejecting Paramount a little bit. Some stuff that Sony acquired today, some TikTok news. I want to talk about Wonder Man because I have a lot to say about that, about the changes to that. And we're going to talk about the millions of articles about Steve Rogers that came out today in case people haven't seen them. It's everywhere. Variety, Hollywood Reporter. I can't escape it. So I wanted to make it the topic for tonight. That's the big topic. But we're going to talk about that later if we get more people. If not, we'll jump on it sooner than that. But let's see. What is it that you wanted to talk about? Because you mentioned something about that we might talk about later.
Well, again, I don't know if we want to wait for more folks to join us or not, but I did end up seeing a teaser that a certain company, have decided to roll out in a unique strategy. I'm choosing my words carefully.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but
well, send it over in private if you want, and then we'll like what you can say so that we can decide.
Have you seen it
yet? No.
Okay.
No. But I would like to hear thoughts. So but I'd like to give everybody a heads up that jumps in just in case.
Yeah. If you want my thoughts, I'll just say that my immediate reaction is holy shit. It's weird because when I had heard about this teaser and what it might be in it, I thought it was fake. I thought someone was messing with us, and I thought it was just AI stuff. And lo and behold, that wasn't the case. And I'll just say that I'm really, really curious to one day ask the Russo brothers, was this a choice you wanted to do, or was it the marketing team?
Yeah.
Was it head of Disney? Because it's all people have been talking about this whole week.
Yeah.
And yet,
well, we can just if you want, we can kind of put that on the side. We'll do that a little bit later. But yeah, I do want to talk about that for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about what we have. Let's see, which one do I want to do first here? I've got my other tab open. I've been toying around a bit with different services to try and figure out what's better for displaying media. I'm trying to stay away from Twitter as much as I can. It's not a good site, and they've updated their terms of service. You need a link. Aren't you in the mod chat, Lance? The link is pinned in the mod chat. Aren't you in the mod chat on Discord?
I would have thought.
It's literally pinned at the top. Anyway. It's not working.
Yeah, you might have to resend it to him.
Is it not working for anybody, or is that just him?
Well, all I know is that when I got yours, I did it. I asked for it recently because it had been a while of just messages and stuff, and I was just like, "All right, it's gonna be long. Let me just have a reason time in it."
Right.
And I think you had switched
Let's see.
links and whatnot, probably.
I will. I'll just share it directly into the mod chat. That way, if anybody else is having trouble, they'll be able to like jump in. All right.
But yeah, dude, it's been a wild. Like outside of pop culture today, there's been some wild stuff that like I'll tell you in private chat of like, wait, what? This is something in the works in social stuff, and I was just like, it's wild that we are a week away from Christmas and this stuff is hitting now the fan. And
well, the other thing was last week we spent a lot of time talking about DC, and now this week it feels like we're going to be talking a lot about Marvel because we got some on-set photos of some different stuff that I didn't mention, but we'll talk about that.
Daredevil, there's some photos that the EW I think put out. I was like, what?
Yeah. So Lance is joining us tonight. Get ready for the hotness, everyone. Get ready for the hotness.
Straight out of the Calvin Klein shoot.
Did Paigey ever reply to you?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
I'm heartbroken by that, by the way.
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, when Twitter wasn't hell. Yeah, so the changes to Twitter. I want to talk about that briefly. Apparently, they can alter your tweets now. They can go in and actually alter your tweets. Anything you type on Twitter now gets used to train their AI. All of that's in their terms of service.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah.
And again, I've always been lucky here, knocking on wood.
Yeah.
That like most of the shit and the ash and all that stuff that people usually would say about Twitter, I never got hit by it that badly.
Right.
Once in a while, someone would want to show their their dick off and whatnot, but like it was just, it's weird to see how much this is going down from where it started. I remember when it started, and just like even I was just like, I'll get it to eventually, but that's mostly for just famous people to just blog in their own way, and now see it now, and it's just like rampant stuff. TV shows getting spoiled like the minutes after an episode drops, and it's wild, man. I never thought it would get this crazy.
I don't really I just, what I would like honestly is a site that just lets me post those updates that doesn't have a bunch of shit attached to it. Like
there was Threads, but we saw what happened with that.
Yeah, Threads became bad. Now Blue Sky is getting pretty bad. It's like I just want
Blue Sky,
a simple like microblogging site that isn't being used to push some bullshit. That's all I want.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like
I get it.
That's what I kind of use my YouTube community tab for is because I don't want to post stuff to Twitter and shit. Like it's just awful. Anyway, I'm working out some different stuff. I tried to use Google Slides, didn't really work. There's a couple other things. There's a website called Notion. There's a couple other places you can do it, but it's all sort of like really difficult. I would like to have a format so that when I pull something up on screen, I can flip through it without having to hit a million different buttons. That's what I'm trying to find, but it's just being very difficult. I did see a comment here. Where's it at here? From Silhouette Animator. Wait, no, that's funny though. Right here. I can't super chat my bank account. My bank is charring me a bunch for being in the negatives. Look, you don't have to look. I get it. Yeah, it's like I never.
Yeah.
It's just a fun interactive thing for me. Like you guys, I'm not gonna. I'm not Dark Side Phil. I'm not gonna sit here and like virtual panhandle. Like it's all for a game. If you can't, you can't. Oh, charging. Got it. Yeah. No, it's no problem. You support the channel by being here. You're also a channel member. It's cool. Like I don't know. It's no big deal, really. It's not. So Jay Bird here says all the website bloat is frustrating. That's the issue. Is I would like a simple, even if I had to pay like $5 a month to use it, I would if I could just get something that's got a simple interface that doesn't like shoot a million things out at me or doesn't fucking scrape my data to like use on AI. Like that's what I want. So,
Madness.
yeah, there's there'll be a Nerdcast on Christmas night. Yeah, I mean, I might be by myself, but there'll be one.
I'll probably be able to join. Like again, it all depends on what time I get out of Fire and Ash,
Yeah.
because mostly everything's closed that day. So I'll probably be down to do something like that as well.
All right, so let's talk about this. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Ron. Go ahead.
I'm not saying, like, granted, I'm not drunk or like on food coma that day, because my family rolls deep when it comes to like cooking and drinking for Christmas.
What are you doing for Christmas, Lance? You got a lot of kids. You got like 20 children. So what are you doing?
Gonna be hanging with them because I have to work the day after. So yeah.
What?
Hey,
Are you serious?
That's
when
ridiculous.
you work as a CDL driver, you don't get days off like that.
That's crazy, man.
Our
You, just
route
need
will
to be
be like
you need to be a full-time YouTuber is what you need to do.
I wish.
Could you imagine if you were able to do that, like just with all your kids and stuff, just be able to get on YouTube and not have to deal with it?
Bro, that would be
Is that the dream?
that'd be interesting. That would be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, Joe says, "Hey, sorry, I'd love to be there tonight, but I'm afraid I'm not feeling very well. Everyone in my house has been sick, and it was my turn to catch it. I hope you feel better, Joe. Get better. I get it. I was sneezing last week. I thought I was going to get, much worse, and I didn't. Thank goodness. So, silhouetted animator. I don't know what teasers are real and what's fake. So I might have seen something. I don't know if it's real. There's a lot of AI stuff, which is why we're talking about this. This is going to be the first topic tonight. YouTube shuts down channels using AI to create fake movie trailers watched by millions.
Good.
Okay, so Lance, I know you know this. I don't know if Ronan does, but I know you do because I've watched you have to like talk about it on Facebook. The amount of people that believe these fake ass trailers
Bro, it's
is
so
insane.
annoying. It is so annoying. Fake trailer, and it's just not even trailers. It's trailers. It's pictures. It's like using AI to say somebody died is weird,
Right.
bro. Like it's just toxic, and the amount of people that believe it, like who actively don't use brain cells, it blows my mind. Like half of the like one of my guys hit me up and was like, "Man, I just saw that Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. Man, it was crazy." He was like, "Tony Stark's coming back." I said, "I think you fell for some AI." I said, Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU, but as Victor Von Doom. I said, why would they randomly put Iron Man in the fourth Spider-Man movie? He wasn't even in the third. Like, why would they do that?
Let me tell you, like, the thing is, this is where we're finally hitting that wall that I've talked about. Like, YouTube is sort of all in on AI for the most part. Like, they're willing to, like, use it for creators and things like that until it hits their pockets. And what's happening is these studios are tired of these fake ass trailers coming out, basically fucking up. Look, I would not be surprised if there's some sort of like rabbit hole that shows that these trailers have affected how movies have done in theaters. You know what I mean? Like, if you see a Fantastic Four trailer that's not real, that looks bad, you're not going to go see the Fantastic Four movie because you watched a fake ass Fantastic Four trailer. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of rabbit hole where somebody saw a fucking trailer for Superman that looked like shit and they decided not to go to Superman and it could have been like what, 50 million, 60 million maybe that it cost. Like it could be some low ass number, but it doesn't matter if it's $10, it's affected the sales of the movie. You know, it says here, you can listen to articles on Deadline now. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's.
Have you listened to them before?
No, I'm old school.
What does it sound like? Hold on.
YouTube shuts down channels using AI to create fake movie trailers.
Wait, that's literally AI.
AI voice is crazy.
That's literally AI.
Yeah.
By millions. Exclusive, YouTube has terminated 2 prominent channels that used artificial intelligence to create fake movie trailers, Deadline can reveal.
Exclusive.
Wow. Okay. The Google owned. I'm just going to read it myself. I can't be bothered with that. The Google owned video giant has switched off Screen Culture and KH Studios. Screen Culture was one of the worst ones. One of the worst ones. Which together boasted well over 2 million subscribers and more than 1 billion views. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Yeah. He says I don't trust it. It's an AI voice. Yeah, I agree. Don't trust that shit. Robot Jones voice. Yeah. Oh, we got some people that popped into the green room, and we have Darren in the building, looking very festive.
Hey, Darren, it's me.
Who are you?
Oh,
How's it going, guys?
Good. You dropped in our first topic. We're talking about AI.
What's up, Darren?
YouTube. We also have
Darren.
Jake in the
up?
building.
Jake Sully.
Yeah.
I see you, Ronan.
So right here,
How did I quote that movie?
YouTube isn't the only place doing this. YouTube has started to use AI to dub other languages. It's happening with a lot of they're getting rid of localization for a lot of anime and using AI and some of that. And there's some TV shows on Tubi where they've just used AI to dub them in English. So the actors are talking and it's clearly an AI voice instead of having to read subtitles.
And you can tell because a lot of it is not in sync. It's not lined up. These are basic production things here, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Look, it's funny. The channels have been replaced with the message, "This page isn't available. Sorry about that. Try searching for something else."
This page is unavailable in your region.
Screen Culture and KH Studio were approached for comment. They are based in India and Georgia, respectively. So it happened earlier this year. Apparently, they suspended ads on those sites. So it says here that the channels later returned to monetization when they started. You know what? I'm tired of this crap right here. Hold on. There we go. All right. The channels later returned to monetization when they started adding fan trailer, parody, and concept trailer to their video titles. But the caveats disappeared in recent months, prompting concern in the fan-made trailer community. The monster was defeated. It says Deadline's investigation revealed that Screen Culture spliced together official footage with AI images to create franchise trailers that duped many YouTube viewers. Not just YouTube. Not just YouTube. Screen Culture founder Nikhil Chaudhary said his team of a dozen editors, just a dozen, exploited YouTube's algorithm by being early with fake trailers and constantly iterating with videos. For example, here we go. Talked about Fantastic Four. For example, Screen Culture created 23 versions of a trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps by March, some of which outranked the official trailer in YouTube search results.
That's actually insane.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember seeing one. I didn't see it, but it just passed through my feed of the Council of Reeds are in first steps, and I was like, what? It's that's
Yeah.
what? No. And then I in passing, I was like, oh, what the hell? Just
Right. Now everybody's, singing that same song again for one of these Avengers movies, saying that it's going to be there. Which,
I'll tell you
that's
what.
a little more likely, but even still, don't have that as your hill to die on, at least not yet.
Yeah.
The amount of fake Doomsday clips I saw over the last week have been
Dude, don't even get me
Through the
started
roof.
on that.
through the roof. But I kept saying this earlier this year, and it's just happening as I said. These things are not going to change until there's some sort of legal reason why. Disney properties featured prominently on Screen Culture and Kate Studios. The Mouse House sent a cease and desist letter to Google last week claiming that its AI training models and services infringes on copyrights on a massive scale. Which, by the way, that doesn't make them the good guys because we know that they're basically giving ChatGPT the ability to use their Sora technology to make whatever they want with Disney stuff. So it's not about the morality of it. It's about the monetary, the assets themselves. So
Who gets the money?
However, I will say this is like I understand they're not the good guys, but this is a net positive for our community to have these AI trailers gone. I think. Am I the only person that feels that way, or does
Yeah.
anybody else disagree?
100%.
No, yeah, I agree. It's just
100%.
like, yo, enough with this dumb shit. Like like the notion that some of these got more views than the actual trailer. That's the heartbreaking part. Because somebody
Yeah.
went out of the way, work with footage that is NDA'd out the wazoo to try to entertain and speed up and lit fire to more awareness for this upcoming big film, and then somebody made on a nickel got more of that, which like it's without
As if-
permission. It's just like, oh,
As if they know what the movie's gonna be, and they don't.
Yeah. I want to point out also, somebody asked me the other day about how I do this, where I remove all this stuff and it's just the text with no ads or whatever. There's an add-on for Chrome called Just Read, and you can right-click a page and just turn it into this where there's no ads or pop-ups or anything like that.
Oh,
Just read, so no
Just-
Ben, Sue, or Johnny.
Right, Just Read, exactly.
ayo.
But no, it removes all the ads and the auto plays and all that stuff. You don't even need an ad blocker; it just takes it out of there. So it's a
Oh,
good
nice.
add-on. Yeah. All right, let's talk about this 2025 worldwide box office. Now, of course, we have some movies in theaters right now, but this is where everybody stands at the moment. And I will say this year has been sort of underwhelming in terms of like financial success. I think there's a lot of movies that did well that just didn't make a ton of money. But we can kind of see here.
Ones that didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah. I think next year has a much higher chance of making more multi-billion-dollar films.
Oh yeah, next
than
year
this
is stacked.
There's a lot next year. Yeah.
But here we go. And I know people say that it's not real, but Niza 2 at number 1 for the year.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Isn't it like number 2 like of all time? Like, isn't it like the highest next to like Avatar?
I don't know about that. Let me check.
It's like up there. It's like top 3 or top 4 or something.
Because what was the top 3? It was like Avatar, Force Awakens, and Endgame. Is that what it was?
Yeah, let me look. I'm just looking up right now. It's actually number 5.
Number 5.
Darren.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Avatar, the first Avatar is number 1. And we have to remember that part of that, and I'm not saying this makes a difference in terms of how they got there, but I just want to remind people they re-released that movie and it made a ton of money. So it's almost at $3 billion.
And it's been out for 16 years, so they've re-released it multiple times since then.
And they'll
Yeah.
do it again.
Avengers
Yep.
Endgame is number 2.
And they're re-releasing it again.
That's going to
Uh,
be interesting to see if it like can surpass Avatar.
Well, so Avatar is 2.9 and Avengers Endgame is 2.8. So
Isn't it-
Lance, are you okay? I'm sorry to interrupt. I just saw Lance like he was having a moment.
Dude,
right
that
now.
he was like raising the roof
Yeah.
or something.
No, I'm scrolling on Twitter and I just read something and I don't know if it's legit, but if it is, they really just sidelined Clark Kent in the comics.
I was like, wait, hold on. Avatar went.
stolen or something.
Avatar 2 is number 3.
Exactly.
Titanic is number 4. And Niza 2 is number 5.
That makes sense.
I don't know what Nizai is.
It's an animated film, right?
Yeah, it's a Chinese animated film. I
And
believe.
look at that
Oh, that's why.
animation in the top 5 movies of all
Well,
time.
heard of it.
this is the
Arguably 3. Kind of
Yeah.
arguably 3.
this is what I wanted. This is why I wanted to bring this up. Like, if you look at what really peaked in 2025, it was animation and family films. Those are the two
Yeah.
the two genres that sort of really peaked in 2025. And you
Yeah.
see a lot of the other stuff outside, like literally outside of that box, whether it be superhero stuff or documentaries or whatever it is, they're all outside of that particular bubble, right? So you have Zootopia 2 at number 2 already, which, by the way, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Zootopia 2 is going to make $2 billion.
Yeah.
I honestly feel that way because we're
Yeah.
still a week out from Christmas.
And then you have like what, a 2-week like winter break.
Yeah,
And then also like if they decide to keep it through January, there's nothing in there's nothing really in January. So that can continue to foster through the January month where there's not a lot in cinemas. I think you're right. I think it's a 2 billion win.
We also have Lilo and Stitch.
Dead
Number
air.
3.
Dead air.
The sad part is that I've only seen 2 of these movies in this top 10 list. That's the sad part.
Minecraft being number 4 is still crazy to me. That's still crazy to me.
In this top 10 list, I've seen only 2 of these movies.
Then we have Jurassic. Look, we talked about Jurassic World. It didn't make $1 billion, but it's still in the top 5 for the year.
Up there.
And I only liked one of these movies.
Right.
Sorry.
How to Train Your Dragon. Infinity Castle, Demon Slayer. How to Train Your Dragon. F1 at number 8. Superman at number 9. Even though they said Superman flopped, it's still number 9 in the top 10.
Yeah.
And Mission Impossible sitting at number 10.
I've heard good things about Infinity Castle. I haven't seen it though.
Dude,
Yeah.
okay. I'm not going to go into too much, but I'll say this. I was at Comic-Con at the panel right before they cleared the room for Demon Slayer. Before that, they had cleared the room. It wasn't that many people. As like the minutes leading up to that panel, and there was the empty chairs all around. It was scattered around the hall. That hall houses almost 7,000 people. Within minutes, it filled up like that for Demon Slayer. That's when I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna make money.
For the Slayer of Demons. I've never watched. Only anime I watch is Dragon Ball. So
What's up, Sean? Ireland in the house. Holy shit! Thanks
Good
for
morning.
being here. Thanks for being here.
But Eric,
I think F1.
Yeah.
Not just.
Sorry.
Actually, that's DS. Never mind. Sorry, Ronan.
since we're on the subject of Superman being number 9, even though they said it flopped, because I didn't really pay much attention to this on Twitter. How did the usual Snyder cultist suspects react to Superman being number 9 on this worldwide box office of 2025?
I don't know. You want to look and see? I mean, the comments are probably pretty bad, but let's take a look.
Don't expect them to be well.
It is. It also is Culture Crave. Culture Crave doesn't really. I mean, they've got like some really questionable people following them. So, anyway, I'm one of them. So that should tell you what you need to know.
So
Awesome.
So does that tell us all we need to know about you?
So yeah. Oh, Chris Hansen, have a seat. Demon Slayer top 6. The kids won, the parents paid, and the numbers went great. This is literally 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like this is something I was thinking about recently. I was like, why is it? And I do think it is that like experience. I think parents are always looking for a way to make experiences for their kids. And I think theaters is probably unfortunately one of the cheaper ways to do that nowadays, instead of going to a water park or like an amusement park. It's like, oh, here, watch dinosaurs on screen for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Where us adults, you don't necessarily have that like necessity to create an experience. It's like, I work a 9 to 5. I can see this on my smartphone on my lunch break. I don't need to see this on the big screen. I think that's kind of what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, like you had your formative experiences that made your childhood. We all of us here, we had ours, and honestly, everything after this, like at this point, should just be like extra desserts.
Well, it's here 2026. We'll have at least 5 $1 billion movies, likely 6 to 7. I agree with this.
What,
6,
I think
7?
2026. 6, 7. Yeah.
Man.
Wait.
Of
Lance,
course.
Wait. You say 6, 7. I say 8, 9.
Okay, before that stupid comment, what were you about to say?
Oh, no.
I was gonna say, I know one of the movies that will make at least $1 billion in 2026.
That's better than the $2 billion you said yesterday.
It's I think it'll make $2 billion too. It's my most anticipated movie of the year. It's the only movie I care about, man. Doomsday.
Just say
Spider-Man.
3 billion, Lance. It's fine.
3 billion. Yeah, okay, fine. 3 billion. It's gonna make $3 billion. Everybody knows.
Yeah, everybody, right?
I'm gonna
Everybody.
clip this or save it and be like, "Yo, Lance."
I do
look-
think
look
I
at the
might make
box
$1
office.
billion. I don't completely disagree with you, but
You got it, Lance.
I think
Sorry.
I do think next year's going to be a big move for the box office, as long as they don't compete with each other. Like, I do think Michael has the potential. I think Mario has that potential. I think
Yep.
Doomsday has that potential.
Michael's
Man.
gonna be in competition
Yeah,
with
go ahead.
Mario.
The
And
Odyssey up there too,
Yeah.
Moana,
I
I,
was-
think, is the biggest of the year next year.
and Spider-Man is going to be up there too.
For me, if you take the finance out of this, my list would be very, very different from 2025. Very different. There's like over half of these movies I probably wouldn't have in the top 10 probably for my personal 2025. That'll be fun. You know what I might do? I might do for the New Year's Day stream is rank like my top 10 movies of 2025. If you guys want to do that as well.
Yeah.
I might
Sure.
do that. Yeah.
I was gonna do a. I was gonna do a.
I don't
separate
care,
video
Lance.
on
So
that.
anyway, we're going to
Wow.
like.
Jesus.
Damn, man!
Is it because? Is it?
you
Is it
denied
because
a
I'm black?
man the right to talk, man?
Yeah.
Is it because I'm black?
It is. It was my white privilege kicking in. I'm sorry. So-
That's fair. That's fair. We all in this
Hey.
lighting, I look white. So I mean, hey, I
Hey,
have that
yeah.
too then.
yeah, what's up with
Everybody-
your lighting?
I don't
Everybody get the
know.
hell off my case. Go bash Eric up there.
Yeah.
How about now?
exactly.
What
I'm up
color?
the
What color do I look now?
corner.
It's a trick
Colorful.
question. Don't answer.
You look
It's
colorful.
what Darren? What did she say?
I said it's a trick question. Don't answer.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. You look a lot like Michael Jackson at the moment. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a little more alive.
Is this better? Is it better? Like I'm still trying. Is it better? It was bright as hell. Like,
It was
Well,
really
Lance,
bright.
All you need to do now is go dance with some zombies.
is this good now?
Yeah, it looks good now.
Okay.
I'm
thank
sorry.
you.
What kind of
video-
light is that?
That video's gonna live rent free in my head.
I don't know what this thing is.
Is it just a desk lamp?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, no, I have.
'Cause-
Do you guys know what those Atrix stream kits are? I don't know
No.
if anybody knows those or not,
No.
but I've got the light from that.
I will say, hopefully, one of the things I asked for Christmas, maybe one of my family members will get for me, is there's a Logitech light bar you can put at the top of your monitor. It sits right above your monitor. Because I need a little extra light in here. This camera is weird, so maybe they'll snag it for me. We'll
Well,
see.
have you been nice this year?
No, not enough to get something that nice. So,
Hey Eric, how do you feel about Superboy Prime being the main Superman?
I actually saw that. Like that. Was that what you were talking about?
Yes,
earlier
like
or
I'm
whatever?
very shocked. Joshua Williamson did like the best Flash run, and to
Yeah.
make this decision,
Isn't it like a bunch
is
of like
dumb as
super
hell.
kids though? It's a bunch of the super family members, right? Isn't it like a bunch of the kids?
It was good, Lance, but I don't know if I'd call it best Flash run.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah,
But I
mean,
still think this is
I'm not
dumb.
saying I don't like it. Like I like it. I still have a soft spot for Wade's run, but I like Joshua's run a lot.
Columbia Rican channel membership. Thank you so much for being here.
Muchas gracias.
So do appreciate it. Silhouette Animator did actually super chat, right? So $2 super chat. Base Lance DBZ is the only anime I like.
You know what? If you're gonna stick to one, that's a good one to stick to.
That's okay. I'm very picky with my anime as well.
Bro, I hate that I could see reflections in my
Guys,
glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of anime, like recently, Ghost in the Shell turned 30. Holy shit!
I recently
I-
watched that and yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know who else here was a fan of that, but
Yeah.
it still holds up.
Cameron said it's called Reign of the Superboys. Yeah, that's what I saw. The I guess it was like a poster for it or something.
At least make it better than Reign of the Superman.
Ronan must be talking to one of his women.
Damn, now he's coming. He gave Lance a shout out. Now he's coming after Lance with the next super chat. He goes, "Society's getting so dumb that 2 numbers are a meme." What do you think about that, Lance? Yeah.
I find it hilarious. My kids say it to me all the
Oh,
time.
I
It's
was
so
about to
annoying.
ask. Do your kids say that?
Yes, like they'll look at something was $67 in the store. They said, "Daddy, look." They was like, "Can you get that?" I said, "No." They was like, "But look at it." I said, "What about it?" 6.7? I said, "No, that's 67. It's a difference."
Here's the thing, though. Every generation has a really stupid thing. Like I'm Gen Z. We had the stupidest shit too. Like I want to sit here and be like these freaking kids. And I was like, we were doing some stupid. We were doing the like Popeyes memes and the Yees and all the weird memes that we had growing up. Like every generation has their thing, and this is unfortunately just the current one. And
Skibbity toilet. Like,
we gotta just let them
So how many
wear
viruses
himself out.
did you get on your computer with LimeWire?
Oh my
That's
god.
a dated joke right there. I know.
All right. I was told that Disney was dying. I don't know if you guys heard this or not. That Disney is dying.
Walt Disney? He passed away already.
Yeah. The
What's
company's going
Yeah,
under,
where
just
have
like
they
the
been?
creator.
He's been gone.
But it's weird to me because these are the numbers from 2025, and the number one distributor is Disney. from
Oh boy,
2025.
big news.
They're always gonna be number one. They just have
Oh,
too much
boy.
shit not to be number one. I feel.
But they're dying though. They're on their way out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've been told. So
Well, if you've been told it, then it's clearly right.
yeah, it's clearly true. So Disney, this is from the past. Like I said, look who number 2 is, and then look down the rest of the list. So Disney is number 1 with 1.92. Warner Brothers is 1.86. Universal is 1.5, and then look at Sony and Paramount. You wonder why Paramount wants to get their hands
Yeah.
on Warner Brothers.
What did
You wonder why.
Ironic.
have you guys already talked about the Peanuts thing?
No, but we can. You can talk about it now. Yeah. So apparently, I think it's worth. I don't know what the number is. It's in the billions, right? Isn't it? Or is it not? Hold on.
45 million, I think, or 45 billion. I could be
I
wrong.
think so.
I think I saw something around that. So Sony, because Apple had the rights to it before, correct? Wasn't it Apple that owned
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
And now Sony is purchasing Peanuts from Apple for like $40+ billion.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, everybody? Because Peanuts is like a staple cartoon for a lot of people.
I love Peanuts. They're my favorite. I don't know. Like I cherish them so much. So I am scared them being like thrown around like basketballs, especially with Paramount. Paramount is such a hit or miss company. They either have so much heartfelt and beautiful storytelling, or it's just like garbage stuff that you don't want to see your IPs messed with. So, especially out of the hands of Apple, because Apple treated them well. Like Apple TV was like consistently making new, TV shows and movies like for the Apple thing. I guess the only plus side to this would be I do think that they're going to want to make a new movie.
It is. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's 457 million is what it is. Okay.
Shoo.
So,
It's a
that's
lot.
a lot. That's a lot of money.
Most
a
of that's
lot.
merch though. Like Peanuts doesn't do a lot in terms of like broadcasting anymore. But it's those rights around the holidays, right? Like they want to be able to have the rights to like Charlie Brown's Christmas and holiday, and the people like
Because
that every
everybody's going to be
holiday.
streaming that, so
And merchandise. Peanuts has a god awful amount of merchandise. Any store you'll go and
Well, Snoopy is a massive like that's a big one. Snoopy
That
is a
is,
massive.
like-
Snoopy's been in like a handful of video games too. So
Yeah. So like I am curious to see how they merchandise it, because again, I don't think you buy this. I don't think Paramount buys this and be like, yeah, we're not going to make a new movie. It's like, yeah, of course. Like they're gonna do their new Peanuts reboots. Actually, I would not be shocked that they're like, hey guys, live action Peanuts movie, get ready.
I wouldn't be shocked either. Or if
I
they
don't
did
want
it-
that, but-
If they did it in the same animation style as what was it? They like
Power
within the
Rangers?
not Power Rangers, but within the last like 4 or 5 years, they tried to
Spider-Verse?
retell the Wimpy Kid movies with this
Oh.
new weird form of animation. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do Peanuts with something like that.
Bro,
I'm
Is that-
open to it.
That's the name of the book series, right? Wimpy Kid, or
Diary of a Wimpy Kid,
Diary of
yeah.
a Kid, yeah.
I have no fucking idea.
That's my autobiography, so.
Which one? Isn't there like 20 of them?
Wait, never mind. I changed
What?
mine to Diary of a Neat. Never mind.
Oh no! All right, Columbia Rican here with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Columbia Rican. I had to share this. I recently watched the Snyderverse Flash movie, and I'm so glad DC moved on from the Snyderverse. It was a terrible movie. Supergirl in that movie was okay, but that was about it. Thoughts on this?
I thought that movie was amazing from start to finish. Ezra delivered in every aspect. of the world. If it's anybody that should play the Flash, it should be Ezra Miller. Is what I would say if I was a cultist.
Right.
Damn.
So
go ahead, Jake.
I don't love the movie. I probably like it more than most people, but there were angles with it that worked for me. Now, granted, yeah, it was great seeing my childhood Batman on the big screen. It was like that was a surreal experience. Was it a departure from Flashpoint? Yes, absolutely. I resonated with the longing for a lost parental figure because I had a parental figure that was a big part of my life that I lost when I was 19. So I was able to resonate with longing for more with them. I got that from an emotional standpoint. Granted, there's a lot of reasons people didn't want to watch the movie. Those reasons are understandable. I'm not going to push you to go watch this. It's really one you have to make the call for yourself.
That's right.
Granted, I would say it's I think the best way that you can describe it is it's like a 49 to 51 ratio. There's a lot that does work.
It's like a 6-7 ratio.
Shut up. But a lot of the weakest parts of the Flash are related to the Flash himself.
Oh. Okay.
Which even then, I would think they did good performances as different versions of Barry Allen, in my opinion. But having said that, yeah, there's a lot of what Jake said I echo. But with the little time we had with her, Sasha Calle as Supergirl was awesome, and I wanted to see more of.
Yeah,
I like the moments with Michael Keaton that were just recalling a meme or stuff like that.
And Ben too.
Yeah, and Ben, especially that last scene that he filmed. Before we get to that comment, Columbia Rican, I like the movie. I don't love it. Is it one of the greatest superhero movies of all time? No, that was just a marketing thing to say to get people to watch it. And who knows if I'll rewatch it again? But it's not the worst superhero movie I've ever seen in my life. I give props to Andy Muschietti for getting that movie out because it had been in development for so long.
The fact that he got it to the finish line is a miracle.
Yeah.
Before we get to this comment, I want to say that marketing was a mistake. Do not market movies that way. Don't go out and say it's the best movie ever. Like that's
and don't
really
pay a bunch of celebrities to say it.
Yeah, it's one of the worst marketing. Even with movies that I love and I would personally agree with, it's still a bad marketing thing to do.
The only reason I could even see those Tom Cruise comments maybe being legitimate, if they were, was I imagine he probably got a kick out of the Batwing flight sequences in the third act with Keaton. He probably got some Top Gun flashbacks, so maybe that was where he got some love for it.
Yeah. All right, so this one here from Columbia Rica, $2 super chat. Hot take: Ben Affleck should no longer play Batman.
He's no longer playing Batman. That's a fact.
He's not.
I wanted to see more of him. And again, I know it's a Zack Snyder joint, and we're not all living in a fucking dream world. I get it. To me, visually and tone wise, Ben got it in terms of the closest to the Arkham games and the animated series. I just didn't want to see killing. That's just me. Doesn't mean I didn't want to see that badass warehouse scene all over again.
Yeah, it's tradition once in a while to see that.
And if I ever get to meet him one day, I would like to shake his hand and be like, "Hey, man, you may not believe me, but I didn't go immediately into social media and said, 'Oh my gosh, Ben Affleck is Batman.'" I was actually intrigued, and when I first saw the first photo of him in the suit, I was like, "I think they got it. He's the best part of BVS." I think he could have done a lot of great stuff with the character if he had gotten more opportunity, but sadly. We saw a power vacuum, a powder keg blow up in front of us in 4K on social media. And if he ever wants to revisit the character and not in physical form, but in an animated series or something like that, or in an audio book, I will happily welcome him back. But I liked what he did with Batman minus the killing, but I wanted to see more of it. And once this DCU has found the foundational Batman beyond the Elseworlds Matt Reeves take with Robert Pattinson, I would be welcome to bring him back because he is part of DC history.
I definitely would, too, and like I think he is like both him and I'll say him and Keaton together make up like just my favorite live action adaptations of Batman. You know, like one is rooted in nostalgia, sure, but I also, like you said, Ben really did get it. And even though I don't defend the killing in BVS, I can understand why it happened because they've said in multiple different variations of media over the years. And Jason Todd has even asked Bruce this. He said, "If someone killed Dick Grayson, if it was Richard who died and not me, would you cross the line and kill?" And Bruce has said yes. The fact that even though I wouldn't have done this, even though Dick ended up being the dead Robin in that universe, the fact that Batman snapped did make sense. I wouldn't have done it that way, but I get why they did it. But I really think he did get the character down to a T.
I stand by. I think the DCEU works so much better if you call it Elseworld. Like if you call this like this alternate take on the DC universe, I go from I'm not a huge fan of this to this is awesome. Like I think that's how, but which also is kind of how like Zack Snyder kind of like marketed it as well, because he was like, I want to do something different with DC. I want to do something fresh, and like I respect the hell out of it. Do I like it? Not all the time, not a lot of the time, but I respect that. I think that's awesome. I think you need to be brave enough to try something different with some of the oldest and most popular fictional characters. Like, that was ballsy. Like, say what you want about those movies. You like them, you hate them. It was ballsy, and I think you have to give it to them for at least trying something new.
That's what Elseworlds are for.
You gotta be brave. You gotta be brave, and you gotta be bold.
Yeah, I agree.
Who knew people wanted a Batman to be a Gothic, Victorian Gothic story when Gotham Gaslight came out? And now, in my eyes, that's one of the pillar like versions of that character. Like that's what Elseworlds are for. It's for anybody who wants to swing and doesn't want to rely on having connective tissue and having to do X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, balls to the wall. What do you got? And can you entertain people?
And especially with what's going on right now, who knew that we would have wanted like a Superman that is like not raised by loving people, a Wonder Woman that is essentially just used as a weapon. Like all the stuff going on in Absolute right now is so banking on the Elseworlds concept, and it's really bringing DC into the limelight in the comics in the way that it hasn't had in a while.
So I wanted to pull up a few comments. We were talking about.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Pull up a few comments where we were talking about Flash and the Flash movie in Snyderverse, and Quinlan says I refuse to watch it, which I understand.
That's your choice.
Your choice.
That's your choice.
Yeah, totally get it. Crazy Joe, who is not able to make it, says The Flash is easily one of the top 10 best superhero movies I have ever seen. Adored that movie. And then he goes on to say, I saw The Flash 5 times theatrically. In fact, as much as I love James Gunn's Superman, I think The Flash was a better film than Superman. The Flash is just a pretty hard superhero movie to beat. Wow.
I'm glad Joe likes it.
See, that's Crazy Joe is standing on his business.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
He pulled up.
All right. So the next thing I want to talk about, somebody in the chat mentioned, so I thought we'd go ahead and bring it up because it happened like right after we did the Nerdcast on on Monday. We got bad news about Wonder Man. And by bad news, I mean this is pretty much a death sentence to anybody giving a fuck about the show. Yeah.
Eric, who would have thought that Amazon would be like, season 1 of Fallout we all dropped? People would have liked it. We did a weekly release. Fuck it. Let's season 2. Let's do a weekly release. And then Disney going, oh boy, Wonder Man, just drop it. Who cares?
I saw this and I've got a few, like I made a I feel like I woke up in Wonky World, right? Because I've been making videos pretty much championing like how they're treating Wonder Man, how things have been going on with Supergirl and Green Lanterns and stuff like that. And I feel like I'm in reverse world. Am I in reverse world? This isn't good.
You're in the bizarre
Here's the
world.
thing, and I think I asked some of the fellows because I haven't finished Welcome to Derry. I asked some of the fellows, is it better if I binge it? Some of them told me, yeah, it's better if you binge it. some shows are designed either consciously or subconsciously to be better to be binge. I can understand that. I'm just the reason why I made that joke early on was because when it comes to TVs, especially in this day and age, you want that water cooler
Discussion.
synergy for at least a month. You want that water cooler thing. That's one thing that made the likes of The Mandalorian and WandaVision and Loki so popular and so beloved was that like you were invested, intrigued each week, and you know, for better or for worse, you made your own theories and you had your own concept of where the story would go. And then if the show
did it too.
And X-Men 7 did it too, and if the show did a good enough job, it probably didn't do what you want to do, but did something better that you didn't see before, and it made you appreciate and connect with that show and its story and its characters even more.
Bottom line, you were still talking about it.
So Donovan, you really are passionate about this not being racist. Like you really are fighting really hard in the comments about this. But I want to take a hard look at like how Marvel has done since Echo, because I think that's a really good starting point for like how this has happened, right? So Echo got shuffled off by Marvel and forgotten, right? So and they also rushed that show at the end to get it done because they just wanted to get it out there. They wanted it to be over with. On a show that could have had, if that would have done a week-to-week release, it could have actually built up some momentum. Maybe people would have been a little more interested in it. Maybe it would have caused a bit more conversation. But what happens when you drop a show in a binge format where it's not a consistent part of your style? Because Disney Plus is really kind of loose about, you know, how they do their show releases. Whereas with Netflix, it's typically a binge format unless otherwise stated. But with Disney Plus, that's not really the way it works. So let's take a look at Echo. Echo was the first series we saw where they kind of dumped it at the beginning of the year, and they pretty much just threw it under the bus, essentially, right? Yep. Then you have Agatha all along, which was done weekly, right?
Yeah.
It's a weekly show. So you look at that and you go, okay, maybe this is just an outlier.
No.
Maybe the show with a white woman in the lead isn't necessarily saying anything about a show that has a Native American as the lead. Maybe that's not the issue, right? Okay. But then you go on and you look at Daredevil Born Again. They bent over backwards to make that show work. They bent over backwards, and it underperformed compared to other diverse shows for Marvel.
Yep. Also, think about the lack of promotion for Ironheart. They didn't and Eyes of Wakanda. They didn't try to protect Dominique Thorne at all. All the horrible things said about her. They left her out. They left her out to dry. They left her out hanging.
Right. So
it's crazy.
Ironheart was the next one, and the Ironheart was in my opinion worse than Echo because they kept playing with the release schedule for that one. They kept we never knew how it was actually coming out, to the point where I didn't know when we were supposed to watch it. We found out like a week before how they were going to do it. They fucked over Ironheart. Interesting. So Native American person, they fuck over. White lead, they don't. The next show that comes out that has a black woman in the lead, they fuck that one over. And then Eyes of Wakanda, also weird release schedule, right? And now we have Wonder Man also suffering from a full jump of the season at the beginning of the year. It's just a pattern for me.
Not to mention Brave New World, who went through hell in the production.
A year of reshoots, yeah.
And I'm not going to say it's a racist thing, but it's not a good look. It's a really, really
well. That was my thing though, and that's why when people look, everybody's entitled to their opinion. If you don't feel like it's racist, I'm not going to try and convince you otherwise. It's not my job to do that, right? But from my perspective, if you look at the lineup and you look at the way Marvel has treated properties over the last couple of years, it's very obvious to me that they are either aware of the internet outrage group and they're trying to like minimize that a little bit, or they don't care enough to really support the stuff that they say they support. It's one or the other. It could be both, actually. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're in a situation where everybody's asking for something massively different from what we're getting at the moment. Wonder Man looks like a show that is going to be so different from anything we've ever seen in the MCU. Look at a show like Pluribus. I mentioned this in my video. You got Pluribus. You got The Chair Company. You have all of these shows out there, Palm Royale, that are really leaning into this weird, quirky type of storytelling that is doing extremely well on TV. And they have a chance here with Wonder Man to really lean into that type of like TV show that seems to be doing really well overall at Apple TV and HBO Max and places like that. And they're just kind of not doing it. They're not doing it. They're saying, no, we reject that. We're going to put the show out so it'll trend for about 24 hours. And then what's going to happen to it? I need to say this. And everybody in the chat, pay attention to me on this. Mm-hmm. If they are aware that shows with black leads get attacked and abused heavily for years and years and years after they make a TV show or a movie, then they are not doing their due diligence by showing any faith in these projects when they dump them all at one time. And I know so many people want to pretend that these aren't real people. They're actors. They signed up to get harassed, right? That's what they did. They signed on the dotted line and they knew what they were getting into. Fuck that. I reject that. I 100% reject that. These are human beings doing their jobs, and these large studios that only care about the fucking bottom line here. Every time a person of color gets the opportunity to do something for Disney, every time a gay person or anybody else that's not just a mainstream white guy or something adjacent to that, they do not care about the fallout from it, pun intended, I guess, fallout from it, when this happens. Because what we're going to see here is Wonder Man will come out, and it doesn't matter if it's the best show that they've ever released. It doesn't matter if he knocks it out of the park in this role. None of that matters, because Disney has shown it does not have faith in this project. And that is all we're going to hear forever and ever now that this has happened. So miss me with the it's not racist thing when the material damage from it will be exactly the same whether Disney is actually racist or not.
And next year is going to be a very interesting character study. Because next year, let's be honest, next year it's a bunch of straight white men all the way through. It's X-Men 97, it's 2 Spider-Mans, it's Vision Quest, it's Doomsday, which is supposed to be led by a black man, but now we're hearing maybe otherwise. Maybe that won't be the case otherwise. So it's like, are we going to see the same kind of... Are we going to see Vision Quest get dropped all at once? Probably not. Right? Probably not. The other thing I have to say on this, I've been talking a bit about this on Twitter, where like I saw someone say, like, do you really want to have to wait 8 weeks to watch this? And I'm like, I would. I want to have that 8 weeks worth of conversation. And I think the thing I kept hearing from people was like, well, it was destined to flop anyway, so who cares? Or it's like, well, they knew it was going to suck anyway. But that's a self prophecy, where if you think the show is going to flop and you don't promote it, then it will flop and people won't watch it. You have to have confidence in your own product or it will fail no matter what. If you say from the get-go, it doesn't matter, it's a flop anyway, no one knows this character, that's the thing that pisses me off the most. It's like, well, don't pick characters that people don't know. Then just don't make anything. Don't make any new show or new movie ever. Just make 500 Batman movies. Make 500 Iron Man. Like, that pisses me off so much. You would never have said that 10 years ago when it came to, like, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was about to say Guardians. Like, nobody... I didn't know who the Guardians were.
That pisses... Just don't make Ant-Man. Don't
Iron
make
Man.
Shang-Chi. Like, it's stupid. Like, imagine, like, you know, however many years ago being like, no one likes this. What's it called? Star Wars? Don't make that. Make something that people already know. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Stupid.
Also, like, can I say that, like, listen, when it was announced, I was like, oh, I know Wonder Man, Simon Williams. Okay, cool. I know about it. And I was like, initially, even before trailers came out, I was like, I'll get to it probably because I just, you know, the way that Marvel has been at it these past few years, I should probably balance it differently with how I take in the stuff. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop watching. I just want to see how it is. Thankfully, for these past trailers, I'm interested in the show. But now I'm wondering, wow, are they going to be just dumping 8 half-an-hour episodes in one day? And then God help us who are going to cover this show and do videos on it. Where, like, we could have had this stuff. even again, people might call it a compromise, but like even if they're half an hour episodes, 2 a week is something else to give us a month. Because remember, folks, this is dropping, if I'm not mistaken, around the same month that Knights of the Seven Kingdom is happening, another Game of Thrones spinoff, a prequel, and I just like,
yeah. And to Darren's earlier point about like having confidence in your products, that is the hardest thing. Whenever you're putting these projects out, when all the cards seem stacked against you, the hardest thing to walk up in front of a studio and say is trust me, because they're like, who the fuck cares about this character? Like, you can name any character that the large public, aside from the hardcore readers, didn't care about before somebody took a chance on them. And, like the thing the character appeared in, don't like the thing the character appeared in. I don't really care either way, but it got the character known to wider audiences, and it exposed your wider public to more of these characters. Because, prior to the late 90s, like Superman and Batman were about the only things that got attention, or characters adjacent to them.
or Spider-Man, yeah.
Well, Spider-Man, yeah, but that like those movies weren't out yet. So like as far as hits in films, Batman and Superman were the only things that were hits. And even then, they were kind of failing because Superman 3 and 4 tanked. Batman and Robin, not great. So
hold on, I want to before, because I know Lance, you wanted to say something, but let me just pull this comment up here. Donovan says here, and look, Donovan, I'm not targeting you because I need you to agree with me. I just need to make something clear, right? So you say this entire thing is more than just race, and I feel like that we need to be thinking more objectively and less with emotion because there are more things going on with the show than you might think. Or no. The problem is you don't have receipts to prove otherwise, right? You can't tell me what's going on behind closed doors. So what's the most important thing here is how this looks culturally and visually to the people that are consuming this media. That's the important thing. Because let me break it down for you, right? If they're doing this because it's a money reason, this actor and black people and black fans or fans of black characters from Marvel will get attacked on social media, even if that's the reason why. So it doesn't matter. I know you want to play devil's advocate, and that's fine, but it doesn't matter the reason why they're doing it. What matters is how it is seen in public.
Yep.
That's the difference. Because say, for example, you have a movie like Captain Marvel that made over $1 billion, and you still have people that shit on it and make up lies about it. So what happens when you have a studio like Marvel and Disney that drop all of this at once with no explanation, and they're like, oh, look, see, this is get woke, go broke. Because they're not going to say anything. So my point isn't that you're wrong, because there might be another reason. My point is the material damage, the damage that we actually are going to see because of this is going to be the same whether it's racist or not. That's the point. Anyway, sorry, Lance. I know you were trying to speak earlier. So
I was talking about the comment that Joey Ellis posted, like saying, "Let's be honest, if the shows with the people of color were any good and made money, then they'd shield the actors." That is a very dangerous statement.
Wait. Hold on.
Where is that?
It's a little bit
10:30 p.m.
Up. Yeah.
Oh, I see right here. I got you.
That's a very, very, very dangerous statement to make.
And showing
because
a general lack of understanding in how the industry works.
Exactly, because it's not even, and just like what Donovan would just point, it's not just about race. It's about race. It's about race. It's about gender. It's about what you identify as. Stuff like that. Oh, people take that into it, and you can't say that we can't think about it, because when you go on social media, that's all these grifter channels and all Nerdrotic and all of this other stuff.
God.
That's all they talk about. So you can't.
Right, what
and like we're not. I'm not harping down on anybody. Think what you think, but you can't say that. We can't say that it doesn't seem like that, because with Disney, it seemed like that for a very long time now.
Yeah, Donovan, we're going to stop going back and forth because I don't want this to get really ugly. So I don't want it to devolve into that. We're going to move on to the next topic in a second.
Bruh.
But I don't have to provide evidence because I'm saying it doesn't matter why. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm assuming. Sorry. But yeah, it doesn't matter. I just gave you an example that shows you why the reason they did it does not matter because the outcomes would be exactly the same. Right? But if you have another reason why, and you have evidence that you want to use to back up your argument, you can do that. That's fine. I don't think you do, but that's fine. I think we're talking about, like, for example, I'm just going to use an example. If somebody gets accused of being someone that abused someone, once the accusation happens, the damage is already done. So we're already in a situation where Disney and Marvel have done this before. So the damage is already done. We already know that. So that's my point.
Yeah.
And I think you are arguing about the cause and effect situation. I only care about the effect here because the cause is irrelevant. They don't have to be racist. Racists are still going to use it as a way to attack people. Disney doesn't have to be racist.
How often do we hear nowadays that actors are saying that studios are looking at their Instagram and their social media followings for them to get hired?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if they're talented or not. It doesn't matter if they're, like, at that point, they want to use social media just to get awareness. And what happens when they choose to give a person of color or woman a chance, and they have somewhat numbers on social media, and they get thrown into the wolves, and then this poor individual has to promote their show while receiving comments about either race swapping or like forced into it. Again, I think it was Eric Voss or somebody in New Rockstar. I remember not too long ago they made a video about how they're excited for the X-Men to be part of Marvel, but they're worried that the powers that be might pull punches from what that comic represents, what those characters represent, what those characters mean to people, and the message that comes across. And I understand that caution about, like, yo, that's cool that we got him now, but what does this mean now? Like, is when people are cast, is everybody going to be going into consideration? Are we going to look outside of Hollywood and New York and London for people that can play these characters and whatnot? And again, I'm not saying that every move they now do is racist, but even someone as me who has grown up with Disney and loved Disney, I can admit there, even in the history of Disney, there's some shady shit. Go look at, why is the Song of the South banned and why is that not shown anymore?
Right,
why?
but keep in mind though, anytime someone comes in here and says that I'm shilling for Disney, here's someone who's mad at me because I'm not shilling for Disney.
Yeah.
I
know
can
what I mean?
admit I'm a Disney fan, and I can admit they are not perfect.
No.
They are not perfect. And they've made mistakes.
They make
I
lots
can
of
admit
mistakes.
that.
There's tons of them. Like, Disney is not. So my issue here is that I got two groups of people coming for me. A group that says I'm a Disney shill because I'm supposedly only hype up Disney projects, and then I have people that are attacking me because I'm going after Disney because they're doing something wrong. I had to deal with this when The Flash was on. I had to deal with it. Like, when The Flash was on, anytime I criticized the show, I hated the CW, and anytime I loved the show, I was a CW shill. So this is not a new place for me.
I would even fully contemplate that you're attacking Disney. You're just pointing out, like, Disney, this isn't helping. This is not like somebody already wrote the scripts. It's already shot. It's already been cast. Like, a lot of stuff is already done. Like, the only powers they have is to not put the show out, which is already we've experienced when projects get shelved or like ice because of tax payoffs. Like, them doing these moves just doesn't help the potential for this show.
Chris's comment down there, I think, sums it up well. If you want to pull that up,
this one,
yeah. Both of those things can be true.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not arguing Disney's intent, right? That's not what I'm arguing. Like, in order for me to argue intent, I would have to know for sure 100% certain. The only evidence we have is a pattern of behavior. And the next topic is going to reinforce that pattern, right? It's going to reinforce that because we're going to talk about something that's all over the trades right now.
Can I just really quickly to add?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm seeing so many comments here that's like, well, yeah, but they're just not doing this because it's just not that good. How would they know that, right? Like, obviously you have screenings and stuff like that, but so much of the time it comes down to the audience enjoyment of it, and like that just doesn't come into play with like anything else but the these areas of the show. Like everything else they put out, no matter the quality. So why are these shows being targeted? Why are these things not getting the same respect? And there's also just not true. Like Eyes of Wakanda, for great example. Like it got it's like critically in like the 90% area and stuff like that. And like I think the thing about this Wonder Man, to kind of wrap up at least my thoughts on it, you didn't promote Eyes of Wakanda and Ironheart when you had Ryan Coogler connected to those, and now we're at now we're at Wonder Man. I'm sorry, with Destin Daniel Craig, who did Shang-Chi, one of people's favorite Marvel movies of the last 6 to 7 years, and he's also doing the upcoming Spider-Man movie. You would think that you would want to be like, hey guys, the person who's doing Spider-Man, people's most anticipated Marvel, one of their most anticipated things next year, he has a new show right now. Go check this thing. Like, it's so weird to be like, yeah, but it just wasn't any good. What?
You haven't
That's
seen it
so
yet.
weird.
You've only seen trailer. Again, I will try Wonder Man out, and if it's not good for me, I will admit it wasn't good. But I know for
So
some
would
people,
I.
it's probably going to admit, like, again, the perfect example I always go back to is She-Hulk. As a whole, it wasn't for me. I was pumped as hell for She-Hulk. And there's some episodes that are the thing I love about She-Hulk. And I even said it after the show ended. I was like, guess what? As a whole, the show wasn't for me. But if it was for you, I am so happy for you. And guess what? I want to see Tatiana Maslany again in the MCU as She-Hulk. Because guess what? I love the ship of Daredevil. And hell, I want her to go up against other big villains. That's how much I give that. Like, Tatiana did her job, and I respect that there was a flex for the MCU to bring a new audience and whatnot. It just as a whole, it wasn't for me. And guess what? That's okay, because there's a number of other characters.
Right. Like I was singing the exact same tune whenever the Acolyte came out. I was like, hey, listen, was this for me? No, not really. Like, there were things I appreciated about it, but as a whole, wasn't for me. There were people I knew that liked it and genuinely liked it and were able to resonate with it. I said, great, I'm glad you guys found something to connect to. Yeah. But I wasn't bashing the show. I wasn't calling the actors terrible people. I wasn't sending threats to the writers.
Right. That's what I was going to say. There's a difference between going, I didn't like it, it's not for me, I didn't like the episodes, I didn't like this, and saying women are bad, woke is the problem, get rid of all the gay people,
there's a line,
to send death threats to people. Like, this is the difference. But the problem is, and this is why I'm so passionate about this whole scenario with Wonder Man and everything that's going on, is the actors receive that kind of response when Disney is perceived to have a lack of faith in something. It doesn't matter if they do or they don't. That's how the public perceives it, and perception drives internet culture. It just does. Anyway, we have some super chats, and then we're going to do the next topic here. Staggervore with the 49 super chat. I really hate it when episodes of shows are all released on the same day, because info on the whole season is generally leaked, and I'm not exactly. You're good. The ending is going to be leaked immediately. You'll get about 24 hours of trending, and then if you were going to take your time watching it, good luck.
Especially hour-long episodes. Like, I am so thankful Fallout Season 2 is a weekly release, and it's going to go all the way up until February, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I am so happy I get to talk about Fallout for the next 2 months.
I mean, again, I know you already mentioned it, Ronan. I had the time of my life with Welcome to Derry. Like, that water cooler was... I don't think I would have liked the show as much if I just binged it on a Saturday. It was like the week-to-week, oh my god, me talking with my friends about the show every week is... I mean... I say all the time, X-Men 97 is my favorite TV experience I've ever had. That 10-week journey of us all every week being like, oh my god, they just did that thing. It was incredible.
Dude, say like me and Ronan were going back and forth day in, day out about that stuff. It was nuts.
The Remember It episode, imagine if that was binge. Like, I would not have had time to process it, and it gave me a week to process that, because it was, in my eyes, a fundamental episode of television.
It gave you a week, but at the same time, the series didn't slow down. It still kept firing.
I think you need more than a week, to be honest. I think you needed like a month to recover.
Anyway, we got a $10 super chat from Columbia Rican. Thank you again for supporting the channel, Columbia Rican. Ronan is right. Example, Kelly Marie Tran is a good example for the sequel series of Star Wars. Disney used her character wrong, and then it allowed the racists to target her, and Disney didn't protect her.
Dude.
I still see people talking about her on videos right now. There are people that are still trashing her right now.
As someone who liked Rose Tico, didn't love the character, and like even in Rise of Skywalker, I felt bad because they clearly shelved their character from that movie. Barely got any screen time. I remember being like, "Wow, I feel so bad for the actress," and I feel so bad for anybody who either Asian friends or any people who are of Asian descent. I like how that character means for them, because I know what Andor or the Mandalorian or Poe Dameron means to me. And I can't fully explain it to y'all, but I know what Rose Tico and her sister, Rose Tico's sister, must mean to the Asian audience and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
Again, it's sadly it's something that people are still not grown a bone for, and learn from.
Thank you for the super chat, Columbia Rican. Crazy Joe came in here and says, honestly, The Acolyte was probably my favorite Star Wars project in recent years after Last Jedi and Force Awakens. Yeah. Yeah. And I want to point out, I really enjoyed She-Hulk, but my partner loved She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Like, loved it. There were
I heard
people
it from other women friends all over.
Yeah, there were people coming out to the club and stuff saying the same thing, that had never watched a Marvel project before, but they watched She-Hulk.
Yeah.
So, we got one more super chat here before we move to the next topic, which is from Naruto. Good to see you, Naruto, with a $5 super chat. I can't believe Christmas and Stranger Things Volume 2 are next week.
Tell me about it.
This year's flown by, to be quite honest.
I know. It has.
Who's watching? Who is watching
just,
Stranger Things? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say I don't feel so good reading that.
Who is watching all of Stranger Things Part 2 on Christmas Day next week?
I have. Yeah, I am.
Everybody. Okay.
I have my plans. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I am too. I already told everyone I was like, I'm gonna be absent for like 4 hours, so just be prepared.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to cover the show in its entirety for the whole final season. I just find it easier that way.
Because me and like a group of people that I watch it with, we're not doing anything like big Christmas morning. Like we all just have our plans like that evening. Like we're just gonna get together and do like, for lack of a better term, you know how like they have Friendsgivings. This is Friendsmas, I guess, for lack of a better term. And our plans will likely involve, watching Stranger Things at some point that night.
Yeah. Columbia Rican says they wish it would have continued it because it was the origin story of Darth Sidious. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Plagueis was in there as well. Yeah.
Yep. That was part of, granted, people did not vibe with the show overall, but that little bit of water cooler discussion, because there were theories going up, like as it got closer to the finale, like are they going to finally, open the lid on that? And they did. So.
Yeah. All right. So this next, actually, we'll do this super chat first because it's related to Star Wars. Staggervore here with the $9.99 super chat, which actually clears us for the day in the Reloaded channel. So I'll tell you guys what the poll choices are here after we do the super chat. But thank you, Staggervore, and everybody for contributing and reaching the goal. John Boyega was really screwed over with the Star Wars trilogy. I was under the impression that he would be the new lead Jedi, but instead his character was pushed aside while enduring racist attacks.
So did I. Yeah.
Honestly, I like Rey, but I would have liked it to see it go down this route.
And happy 10th anniversary to Force Awakens. I think yesterday or today. It's celebrated 10 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I still remember.
Holy shit, say that again? 10 years? Holy shit.
Feel old as shit.
Jesus.
Where is it? Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. So this is a badge I got for spending almost 24 hours in a movie theater watching all 7 Star Wars movies as the lead up to Force Awakens.
Dedication.
That is dedication to the max.
I actually think John Boyega was done dirty by the time we got to the end of the trilogy. I wish we could have seen more from his character, more interactions with Poe. I think that would have been good. Just drop the ball all across the board for me when it comes to the character. Plus, but you remember when the trailer dropped and they showed like a black stormtrooper and how everybody flipped the fuck out? You guys remember that?
Hearing that, yeah.
Just think about how cool it would have been if your person to lead the next generation of Jedi is a stormtrooper turned Jedi. Just
And then the
that
concept art
is
that
always really cool.
the concept that came out of like if the last movie of that saga and that trilogy had gone a different way, he would have been leading a charge of like deserted stormtroopers against the Empire, and it's just like that is thematic, and that's some brand new shit that you could have covered. But
I hope the rumors are true. Like, I know we haven't heard anything for a while,
about
and
Rey,
some that was like very casual. Like, again, like I've said this with a couple of franchises. I binged them all. I binged like all 9 in like the scope of a week. I didn't have the freaking bias, and I think
during
like
COVID or something.
it was in preparation for 9 to be in theaters.
It was
in
right
prep-
before.
Yeah, so I was binging that, and like obviously there were these crazy moments, but like that was like I remember that being the like, wait a minute, a stormtrooper's going to be like the new, like I was like so instantly, I was like, that's awesome. That's like my favorite thing that they've done. Like I was so into that. And so yeah, I was like, oh, okay, we went somewhere else. All right.
Yeah, somehow we went another way.
Okay, so the next topic we have, I avoided it on Monday because it wasn't really out there, but now it's out there and there's no way to avoid it, so we're going to go ahead and discuss it. Chris Evans returns for Avengers Doomsday as Captain America with a child.
I hate the way they titled this because
Yeah, because just because you see Steve doesn't mean he's Captain America.
he's
Yeah.
literally putting down the suit.
By the
and
way,
picking up a baby.
watch how funny this is. Like, I right-click this and I do just read. I bet you it's going to like make it much cleaner, right? Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so good. The first teaser trailer for Avengers Doomsday has revealed that Steve Rogers, the Star-Spangled Avenger portrayed by Chris Evans, will return in the next Marvel team-up adventure on December 18th, 2026. In a twist, Captain America is the father to a newborn child. Well, we know he's the father for sure.
Like, Steve, you are not the father.
I mean, do we know?
Baby can.
I mean, if
I-
I was
I
a betting
haven't
in
even-
Vegas,
I have
would,
an even better question.
Wait, Ronan, what?
It says Steve Rogers will return. Who's to say he even has a big role in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, part of me does feel like this is like
What if he
smoke in
just
the
gets
mirrors.
kidnapped by Doom or something?
Or if he gets killed in the first 5 minutes.
I told a relative it'd be a twist and an awesome one if he gets like taken or kidnapped and and it's Captain Carter, Peggy, who has to go and like team up, and it's just like, yo, that's a move that I've been expecting. I would want.
The whole reason why
I would
Stagger
have-
War, he's not getting pushed aside. He's not. That's
Sorry,
why
Eric.
this whole thing is so misleading, and I hate that people are running with this narrative.
Well,
it
that's-
says Steve Rogers, not
Yeah.
Captain America.
Right.
But you know what we talked about a minute ago? Perception is
Exactly.
reality. And
And
the
people
perception
are-
is that Steve Rogers is coming back, which means Sam must be gone, according to
the
everybody on the internet.
perception, people should really learn to like remember old information, because how many articles came out saying Sam Wilson is leading a team in this Avengers movie as Captain America?
But they also told us that Steve Rogers wasn't coming back last year. So there's like what? How do we know that's
Maybe-
true?
well,
We saw the
maybe-
Hulk in the Infinity War trailer. You know
Maybe
what I
at
mean?
that point he wasn't.
I think I'd feel so much better about all of this if we just had Avengers 5 as a normal Avengers movie. I'd feel so much better, because I think my big issue, because I do have that concern, even if Sam is the lead, and that's my main thing. I need Sam to be the lead of this movie. I need that to be the case. But like, even if he's not, people are still going to come out of the movie being like, oh my god, Chris Evans is back. Robert Downey Jr. as Doom is back. The X-Men are back. Unfortunately, in the grand scheme of everything, no one's talking about Sam, and that's
But my point is, where's the teaser that says Sam Wilson will return in Avengers Doomsday? Where's that at?
Yeah.
Where, I mean,
It was on the back of a chair.
that's not good enough. They made this as a separate teaser to go in front of Avatar.
But I
Also,
agree with
what-
Dan.
They also made one about Thor too.
Yeah, I heard
Like,
about that.
that's the shit that pisses me off. Like if that rumor is true, the teasers are the original 3 again. It's Downey, Hemsworth, Evans. That sucks to me. that's I think the thing that's pissing me off the most is that's just rumors. It seems like that's most
Okay,
likely
so
true.
I want to give a little
Sorry.
anecdotal. Go ahead,
Sorry.
Darren. No, go ahead. Go. You finish.
That's just my big thing is I'm just
Yeah.
like, we spent 6 years building up this new thing. We've spent thousands of hours of our time and money investing for them to be like, you didn't actually have to do any of that. Actually,
Yeah.
we're going back to what we did before.
Well,
It's
there's a
much
couple
better.
things that we need to take into account here. Apparently, they're saying this is the sequel to Endgame. So
Yeah.
that means that everything from the last two phases, fuck it, I guess.
The book ended. It was a bookend. Like, what are we doing? Like,
So, well, what we see here, I want to read the teaser out first before we move on here. But it goes, in this teaser, set on a peaceful farm begins with Steve riding a motorcycle to his home, which is like I believe there's a book of like the Nomad storyline that follows this.
I wouldn't build it past them. Yeah.
Piano rendition of Avengers theme. Please, what are you gonna say, Jake?
I was gonna say that's not like that whole Nomad story plays very differently, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna look for it though because I don't know a lot about it. But I'm gonna read the story. His blue helmet is reminiscent of his Captain America costume, which is actually kind of a throwback to the '90s Captain America movie because he had the motorcycle helmet.
That's 70s, not 90s.
Oh, was it '70s? Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't they do one in the '90s? Oh, that one had an actual like regular like suit. So
that one had a regular mask. They did two in the 70s that had motorcycle helmets.
Yeah.
Well, he holds a newborn baby and looks profoundly as the teaser ends with Steve Rogers will return which is what Lance was saying. Steve Rogers will return for Avengers Doomsday. Because remember, Steve Rogers is Steve Rogers, according to the internet.
Sam Wilson is Captain America.
Yeah.
And again,
exactly.
like you would have thought that if they were going to do this rollout, and again, I wouldn't have done it like this, but again, they don't want to do the usual marketing. All right, swing for it. But I would have thought that, like, okay, these small teasers. The first one is the Avengers led by Sam Wilson's Captain America. The second teaser is Yelena leading the new Avengers. The third one is Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm leading the Fantastic Four. And then the fourth teaser is and like, okay. And then when you do the big official trailer, then it's all about Doom. It's all about Doom.
Right.
And I've seen so much talk, and I really think that there is some validity to this. That just like we got those little breadcrumbs, leading up to Thanos's big showcase in Infinity War, and then that was his movie. One, we haven't really gotten that for Doom. There wasn't even shades of him until Fantastic Four, which isn't a problem of itself, but that's a different conversation. I think like this upcoming movie, as much as it's going to have these other characters, I really do think it is going to have the main focus be on Doom. Like Doom is going to be the lead character, I think.
But that's RDJ, obviously. So that's what they want to do. They want to focus on. They're paying him a bunch of money. Obviously, they want him to be the main character. I think, right?
I mean, look at how much they paid him for Homecoming, and he's in it for 8 minutes.
So Avengers Doomsday trailer reaction divided over desperate decision to bring back desperate. That's an interesting word. Desperate decision to bring back Chris Evans, as fans say, move is disrespectful to Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson. Says here, one of Endgame's most memorable scenes saw Steve passing his shield to Sam, physically handing over the mantle of Captain America as he bowed out of the role. Now fans say this moment has effectively been undone, with numerous comments calling it a snub to both Sam and then to Mackie's tenure.
Now these guys are defending Mackie's tenure because don't they love?
Well, no. I think it's the same group of people that supported Sam. I don't think this is the Chud people, like the Grifter people.
Oh, okay.
But the Grifter people are running with the narrative that this is them kicking Sam out, that he's no longer going to be the lead Captain America. We talked about this briefly. I think Darren, you might have been here. I don't remember who else was here. But we talked about this months ago, speculating what this was going to be like. And I said my biggest concern is that Chris, who is friends with Anthony, would come back as Steve and basically take away all the work that's gone into him becoming Captain America. And it looks like I know that we don't know for sure, so I'm not saying it is 100%, but from what I can tell, the way they're advertising this, again, the first teaser they put out is Chris Evans rolling up and looking at his Captain America suit. It feels like they're rewinding the clock on everything they did over the last two phases.
Honestly, to me, sorry, Darren. To me, what it looked like in the teaser was it showed him rolling up, but it showed him putting the suit down. So to me, it was showing like this was the first thing that he did when he came to stay in this branch timeline.
Well,
He
I'm
put
gonna
the
ask you a
suit
question,
down,
Lance.
He
Do you
retired
think
it.
do you think there's actually a chance that he doesn't wear the suit in the movie? Do you believe that's a chance?
I think there is a chance that he
I
won't
think
wear
there's
it
a chance that
because-
he won't wear it.
Same.
Yeah.
I think
Again,
there's a
like-
chance that he does not suit up at all.
I'm
He
gonna go on
doesn't
the
even-
record saying that there's no chance in hell they bring Chris Evans back and don't put him in a Captain America suit.
I think he wears a different suit.
Okay,
I think-
fair enough.
I think it looks different. I think it's.
I think he
very-
respects Sam as I think he'll respect
I mean-
Sam as Captain America because the older version of him that does come back in Endgame, even though now that makes no fucking sense at all. He handed over the shield. He handed over the shield. Sure, maybe Doom shows up and said, "Hey, this is your fault. You're the reason I look like this," or something stupid.
Are
There's
we
gotta
sure
be
this is
something-
the same? Is this the same Steve that we know?
That's another like
That's the other thing. Like,
middle.
but that would honestly, if they're trying to go with the narrative that that Steve is the reason why Doom is putting this whole doomsday plan into motion, then it would only make sense that this is the Steve that left, the Steve that went to this branch timeline is the one that is the one that we know. Why it took Doom this long to put his plan into motion is freaking I don't. They'll have to come up with a very, very good explanation for that because again, it's been like how many years? How many years
7,
in
Almost
canon?
7. Almost. Oh, in canon.
a
Several
decade.
time jumps. Several
Yeah,
time jumps.
several.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
why it took him this long to get that plan in motion is crazy to me.
And they,
But
Well,
it-
I mean,
but
we don't know
it-
when
they're-
he started either, though.
That
Right.
that's
Started
also
7
true.
years ago.
That's also true, but it's all but it just all seems to be pointing that it stemmed from Steve making this decision to basically screw the timeline. Because if we want to be completely honest, all of this stuff started happening when he decided to, make that branch timeline. All this stuff got set in motion from that one instance, and they let him be cool with that. Like
Another
they
theory-
let it happen.
There's still a pretty big plot hole that I don't even know if they're ever gonna address this, but when he goes back to put the stones where they need to be, and then lives in that timeline for X amount of years before coming back. You guys remember at the start of Endgame, whenever they go to Thanos and he says that the stones are destroyed. Fast forward, or I guess rewind because of the time travel deal. Anyway, to Ancient One's conversation with Hulk. And they say if one of these is plucked out of their spot in the timeline and out of there, then the universe is going to unravel. It's going to be catastrophic. How is it that when Thanos takes all of them out of the timeline by destroying them, nothing happens?
people
What do you
saying that
mean,
like
the Thanos from the 2014 timeline?
No, the Thanos at the beginning of Endgame that destroyed all the Infinity Stones. Nothing
The one
happened.
that had the shriveled up, the burnt up arm.
Yeah.
the one that
Oh,
they killed.
when they went back and Thor was like he killed him in the.
Yeah,
cut off his
yeah,
head.
if Ancient One is saying that if even one of these stones is out of their place in the timeline, then the universe is fucked. Why when he destroyed all of them, was the universe fine?
Maybe
I just hope-
maybe they can't leave the timeline. Like
I
maybe
just hope
that's
it's
the
not-
issue.
I hope it's not another MacGuffin scenario. Like again, we already did the 6 stones. Like we don't need to do the 6 stones again.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, look, let's talk about the way this functions in the comics, right? We know that Secret Wars is started by an incursion event. That's the whole premise of it. The Ultimate Universe and 616 kind of colliding together to create a shared continuity, basically, is what that was. I would surmise that Doomsday is the setup for that, which means we're going to see multiple different worlds in different timelines.
Presumably, yeah. Or else, like, what would be the point of multiple?
Because we got the X-Men stuff going on. We know that for sure. Fantastic Four is going on. We know that for sure. There's nothing saying that this Steve Rogers or any other character that we see come back isn't just from another planet,
Yeah,
another Earth.
Because when they brought, just think a year ago, they brought Chris Evans' face back into a big budget Marvel movie. Was he playing Steve Rogers? No, he wasn't. So don't expect it to be the same thing,
and also people have been saying that this Steve Rogers might be a variant,
Yeah.
which isn't
very
out of the
easily
realm
be a
because the Wolverine we love in Deadpool Wolverine is a variant. It's not the same guy we've been
Yeah.
watching.
Also, isn't Loki capable of just bringing people back to life? Technically.
Probably.
Uh,
Don't quote me.
if he goes back and he rewrites something in the timeline, it becomes canon. That's
And
part of
also,
his power.
can I just admit that, like,
Lance, you're
listen,
muted. Sorry.
What if he turned old man Steve young?
I would unironically be a lot more excited about this if it was like legitimately old man Steve. Like if that's how he came back. If it's like you fucked this up when you did this, now I'm going to take you now, and it's them having to be like it's Sam having to then like almost like protect the sacred being from like Doctor. Like I think that would actually be kind of sick. And then it's a movie about Steve having to watch how far Sam has grown as a leader and as a protector. Like that's the stuff I think would be like. I think if you bring Steve back, it has to be in this like reflection of like, I made the right choice.
yeah.
I made the right
No,
decision.
Darren, you know that's not going to happen.
But
You never know. You
Yeah,
never
also
know.
have
I
another
would
theory.
love for that to happen, but I have very little faith in them. I guess.
What are you
Eric,
laughing about, Jake? What happened?
We'll pull up Ghost's comment.
Well, all right, hold on. Let's see. Ghost.
Bradley
hold on.
Ghost.
Hello,
Oh,
Noe.
where at? Where at though? Which one?
Like it's their most recent.
Oh,
one.
all right here.
That's funny.
I don't even know what that sounds like. So
Same. Also,
That's
can I admit I liked the teaser. I liked it, but again, I would have liked to seen a hint of what the new Avengers are up to now. Now that they got that
Yeah.
notification.
we haven't really had we haven't had a
We
chance to
haven't-
see hardly any of the Avengers. You know what I mean?
And we have had so many chances to establish that before now.
But you know what's going to be if Steve is returning. Well, not if Steve is returning. Since Steve's returning, whatever kind of Steve this will be, if we start this film and it starts with him, if it's just a gigantic flashback and it just shows Doom showing up, you know, and kidnapping Steve. If Steve lets himself get kidnapped, dog, you've gotten soft. Because honestly, Chris didn't look as jacked as he used to, as Steve Rogers. He didn't look as jacked. He looked like he let himself like tone down a little bit.
What if the baby is Franklin Richards and he's being charged to protect Franklin Richards from Doctor Doom?
So you're
That would be
saying
weird.
he's
So
Oliver
what-
Queen from
what,
Crisis on
Adventure-
Infinite Earths?
What? So Adventures in Babysitting with Steve Rogers? Is that
Yeah.
what this is?
Yeah.
That's actually not a
That's not a bad
terrible
idea.
That's actually not terrible.
But I
How does
also
How does that Lance's thing? Oliver Queen.
Well,
compare?
no. What I think. Okay, so this is my theory. You ready for my theory? That's going to absolutely be right.
sure.
This scene we see with Steve is an out of time scene, right?
Right.
And the Fantastic Four send Franklin back in time for Steve to watch Franklin, and then by the time we see Franklin in the future, he's an adult. He's grown.
But how would they
Man,
know to find Steve?
That's a lot.
How would
of-
they get to that timeline?
That's a lot of storytelling to like wrap
Loki.
around this thing. Like, Loki.
Yeah, true.
I mean that right there, Ronan. Like that's the biggest question.
So
You
Loki
know,
shows
it's like,
up.
We have
Yeah, go ahead.
like we all have things that we're looking forward to. We all have characters that we want to see again. We have actors we want to see again. We have interactions we want to see. But the biggest question we have to ask going into this is what story are they telling?
Yeah.
Well, I would say, what if Loki realizes that Doom is a threat? He reaches out to the Fantastic Four, says we have to send Franklin away. He's like, I know just the person. He's in deep cover. We haven't seen him for decades. We're going to send him back to this person to watch after him. And that way he'll have time to grow up so he'll be able to fight against whatever Doom is going to do to him.
But how
So
does
that's why he
that
takes him
make
back.
sense if we've already seen Franklin as a toddler?
Because that might have been the teaser doesn't always have to lead directly into anything.
And you saw him as a 5-year-old at the end of Fantastic Four. So
Yeah, they could. It's time. Like we're talking about a movie where people travel through time and see doppelgangers in themselves. Like, what kind of question is it that the baby's a little bit too old on the movie? Like, you can easily
yeah.
just pick him out from a different point in time and send him back. Like, it
That's
doesn't.
true.
You know, it's not a big deal. I think.
But,
It's gonna be a clusterfuck.
But before I go, I do have one thing that I want to see is if
Right.
they do get to interact.
Mhm.
I just want Bucky and Sam to look at Steve
To
and
be in a
like,
relationship.
No, I just want them to look at
Oh.
Steve and be like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, how did you get involved in this?" And then I just want Steve to be like, "So, like, I thought you guys would lead the Avengers together.
Wait a minute. What if
Bucky's
that's their
gonna be
child?
like-
What if Steve and Sam adopt a child and that's their child?
I
No,
think
Eric's
I think Sam is gonna get with the one black woman from his movie. I think he's gonna get with her, and
The
No,
one.
no, Eric
one.
Eric wants Sam and Bucky to get together, and Sam's gonna go, "Who's the captain now, you 100-year-old bitch?"
Yeah, that's true.
No,
That
but
is
I
true.
do. No, another thing is if Steve gets to interact, Steve's been on this branch timeline for forever. He doesn't know that T'Challa died. A great story beat would be him seeing Shuri as Black Panther and being like, "Where's your
Get
brother?"
woke, go broke. He can go
A
up there and
lot
be
of
like, get
people-
woke, go broke
A
in
lot
real
of
life.
people don't.
Like right
A
to
lot
her
of
face.
people don't know that T'Challa died.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Dr. Doom switches back because basically Robert Downey Jr. is like the Tom Cavanaugh of this. He's the dude disguised as another dude playing another dude. So Dr. Doom essentially is Eobard Thawne. So like he's gonna snap out of it, and then Dr. Doom's gonna be like, "Oh wait,
The
where's
fuck is
T'Challa?"
happening?
Like he's
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Where's
Me-
T'Challa?"
I don't know. We're spiraling right now.
I'd say
So
when it
Lance,
comes to playing, I'd say when it comes to playing a bunch of different characters that all look the same, I'd say if you're gonna compare anybody in the MCU to Tom Cavanaugh, it's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
yeah, all right. Well, so Lance, you got to jump out. You said.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you later,
Yo.
Lance.
Go
right.
thick,
Take care, Lance.
get bricked. Wow.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Any final thoughts on this stuff before we jump into like our last topics and then possibly play a game?
They're all
Also-
gonna die anyway.
Also, I might have to leave after the
Okay.
next topic.
Okay.
I think that my final thought on this is that, okay, it is real. The leaks were real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious what the next 3 weeks are going to be like for the internet, for movie theaters,
There we go.
and like Marvel fans, because, like, again, we still get to we still have to get through Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
through Volume 2 of Stranger Things, and the finale. Like it's gonna be a cluster fuck of a
I'm
thing to
just-
cover. Like, I recorded myself watching it and like freaking out. But I'm like, should I even put it out at this point? I don't know.
I just like how much this stuff. Okay, so like this is happening. I think we all have to accept it at this point. We're going this direction. But what a terrible way for all this to come out, right?
Yeah.
I wish that this was it's an official trailer and we're all like watching it together and we're like, yo, what the fuck? He's back. This is crazy. Or two, I am in the movie. Imagine we don't know anything. Imagine there is no confirmation at all. And the first 5 minutes is that scene that we see in the trailer and we're like, what the hell? This is crazy. And now it's like the opposite. Now it's bad press. Now it's like we're talking how much this sucks for an entire year in advance instead.
Yeah.
And I think this is the worst way this could have went. I think this is the worst timeline in terms of the marketing of this movie.
Anybody else? Any final thoughts on it?
I echo Darren's sentiments. Like, again, Yelena, the FF, people that are like we expect are going to be in the movie. Showcase a little bit of that. This is something you save for the last call and like the first hour that the movie's out,
Yeah.
and then God
Yeah.
help everybody else on the internet like to stay out of it. Like, again, I would have loved to have seen what happens after the new Avengers see that the FF have a ship in the atmosphere. Okay,
Yeah.
hint a little bit of that. Don't show me all that yet, but like hint of that. Did they communicate? Is there confirmation? Like, what happens there? And I don't know. I dug it, but like, yeah, the next 4 weeks are gonna be very interesting.
Or misdirect if you really want to go that route.
We have a $5 super chat from Columbia Rican, which, by the way, we hit the goal in both channels. So thank you guys so much. Imagine Steve Rogers comes back as Sergeant America or Colonel America or General America. I mean, it won't be like the comics, but who knows? Any chance that he comes back with a different name or no?
I just
Colonel
thought of that
Sanders?
scene. I just thought of that scene from the second Ultimate Avengers movie. Oh, Ronan's out.
Clip that.
Yeah, somebody get that. I just thought of that scene from the second Ultimate Avengers movie whenever Fury essentially takes Cap off the leader spot and says, "Widow, you're leading this mission," and a snarky ass Hank Pym goes, "Demoted. I guess that makes him Private America now."
All
I
right.
have seen a lot
Yeah.
of people
Go ahead.
talking about that movie with the subset of that teaser. I don't know how much we want to say about the teaser, but with what he's holding in that trailer,
Mhm.
people are like, "Are we doing that movie? Like, are we trying to build out to that?"
Mhm. I
Um,
mean, you can say whatever you want. I feel like it's all been covered online already. So
like, but then it's like, okay, are we building to like a second young event? Like, we haven't even done the like first young. I think Jake's frozen. I don't know if he's frozen for you guys too. But like, are we building to like a second? Are we doing the like the children's? I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
yeah. All right.
I'm screenshotting.
Hold on. Let me take this down. Oh, he dipped out.
Aw,
Damn. All right.
damn.
Stagger for the 499 super chat. If Tom Holland's Spider-Man is included in this movie, I think it might be a more evil alternate version, universe version wearing the symbiote suit. I don't know if Spider-Man's going to be in the movie or not.
There's no confirmation of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his own film, so I don't know if they're trying to like use. We will know a lot more about Doomsday once we see Spider-Man. So
You know what I've pitched for a while that I think would be incredibly fun? If there's like when that trailer comes out, there's a shot of Spider-Man. There's a shot of a Spider-Man suit, just like in the background somewhere. But it's like too blurry, we can't tell who it is. I think it'd be really cool for multiple months being like, we know there's a Spider-Man in this movie, but we don't know which one it is.
right.
I think that would be really funny.
I would love it if Andrew Garfield just shows up and he's the
Yeah.
Spider-Man in this universe.
It's, you know what? It's like none of them, right? It's like everyone's like, is it Tom? Is it, Andrew? Is it Toby? It's fucking like Yuri Lowenthal ripped off the suit. We're like, yo, what the fuck?
It's Nick Cage as Spider Noir. So
That'd be
Really
fucking
is.
awesome.
we
It's
did
like-
have a yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like
Darren.
Emma Stone. She rips off the head. We're like, this is crazy.
I had a super chat here from Columbia Rican about Star Wars, but I wanted to wait till Ronan got back because I know how much he likes Star Wars, so I thought he might want to chime in on this one. It's a $5 super chat. I watched all Star Wars movies, shows, and video game cutscenes in chronological order. It took a long time, but it helped me understand the Star Wars universe.
Kudos.
Wait. Chronological order? Is there like a master list of like how everything fits chronologically between everything?
I don't have it at the top of my head, but like I know that like okay, you gotta watch Clone Wars between episodes 2 and 3, and then you gotta watch Solo before Rogue One and this season of Rebels, but then you gotta watch Acolyte before Phantom Menace, and then you gotta watch Rogue One right after season 2 of Andor finale, and it's a clusterfuck.
Is it really? Is it like that? That's
I love
crazy.
it. I love
Yeah.
it because you have to spend all the time, but again, until I get paid.
Yeah.
Everybody watching, until I get paid to like commit to this, I will happily do that. I will go full what's his name, Charlie Day, right? Like, all right, here's the
Yeah.
map. You gotta look. I will happily do that. It's just I gotta start making a living out of this. But I will
Welcome
happily-
back, Jake.
All right, sorry, don't know what happened there. My my internet decided to have a heart attack.
Well,
I-
yeah, go ahead, Darren.
I think that's the reason why I still have yet to finish Clone Wars, because it just stresses me out. Where it's like, okay, you have to watch season 3 and then season 7 and then season. I was like,
Darren,
I get lost
Darren-
every time.
just think of it like a more confusing Arrowverse.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Bobby Morris here says, "What's your thoughts on the Street Fighter movie trailer?" I got hyped for the movie because of the trailer, but I hate Andrew Schultz. So I like just about everything in the trailer. Just I don't like him. So
Yeah, and fuck that guy for teasing the Mortal Kombat.
what happened?
It happened again.
Wait, what?
I think he froze.
Screenshot.
Looks like he's smoking.
Detective.
Anyway, yeah, I thought the trailer was good. It got me hyped for the movie. I just don't like all the actors, but it's fine.
I've
do I
never
dare?
played anything of that. Like I haven't consumed any media
No.
of it whatsoever.
Oh,
And,
Darren, you gotta
um,
wet man.
It was an interesting experience watching the trailer, but like I mean, here's what my main takeaway was: is like I respect how open they are to seemingly like tackling the like tone of the game.
The tone
in a
is perfect
video
because
game.
it's embracing what the game
Yeah.
is, which is what I love about the trailer.
And I know some people are like, "Oh, it's too goofy." And I'm like, "Okay, fair enough." But like, I feel like we've just come such a long way since the the like old Super Mario movie and the old like Halo, where it's like they didn't want anything to do with the tone, style, and template of those games, and now it feels like, oh, we're here, like we fully made it, and we can actually get those adaptations of the game. So I really hope the fans are happy because I know they've been wanting something like this for a while.
As long as it doesn't look cheap, I'm with the vibe right now.
Yeah.
All right, so the next thing I want to talk about, like I said, I got two small topics. If Jake doesn't come back, Darren and I will probably wrap it up here very quickly because we're not going to do a game with just the two of us. In Show of Force, Netflix chief visits Warner Brothers lot amid battle with Paramount for Studio Future.
I saw that.
So
Yeah.
here's the deal, guys. I want to just lay this out for you. Unless the government jumps in and tries to do some funny business, Paramount's not getting Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers doesn't want anything to do with this garbage, all cash bid that would be taxed. They don't want to deal with the taxes on that. It doesn't actually seem like their all cash bid is locked in, as Paige would like to say, not geeked out, but locked in. Particularly because it's coming from different people and they can't get all the numbers from everybody. Like they don't know. Like two of the places actually dropped out and decided not to go with them. So the numbers dropped even more in terms of the all cash bid. Netflix's bid is locked in. It seems like they're very much, oh, Jake is back. It seems like they're very much interested in working with Netflix. Netflix has said multiple times now, they're very committed to keeping Warner Brothers films going out to theaters. That's all I really care about. I just want Netflix to commit to putting out movies in theaters through Warner Brothers. Whatever they do with the streaming stuff, whether I'm watching it on HBO Max or I'm watching it on Netflix, I don't care. But when it comes to movies, I want movies to come out in theaters.
Yes. That's What's
You see what he was
happening with
doing?
Jake?
He was doing this thing. He was like,
Any thoughts on this, you guys, about the whole deal? Because it feels to me like unless the government tries to pull some funny business, it looks like this is going to be a very quick deal between Netflix and Paramount.
I mean, like,
Netflix and Warner Brothers. My bad.
This is kind of like what I was saying a couple weeks ago. Is what they should have done is like come out pro theaters, come out pro cinema, come out. We are going to save the cinema, not destroy
You guys
it.
saw that? I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone saw that because when I was doing that, it just showed me backstage.
No, you were on screen for a minute.
My bad. I don't know what the hell happened. Sorry, but yeah. Anyways, sorry. Fuck Andrew Schultz. Go on.
My only like if this is all true and this is their true intent, yes, I'm in. Like this is actually probably the best case scenario. The issue is long term. Is this actually the plan? Or are they trying to appease us right now to get us on their side, for we don't all cancel Netflix?
Well, the thing is, Darren. Regardless of whether or not that's what they're doing, I think the worst option would be Paramount getting Warner.
I agree.
Brothers.
I agree.
The reason doesn't matter, right, Eric?
No, because ultimately, I don't want Paramount to get Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. But again,
like one of these two places is gonna get Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I would much rather Netflix get them than Paramount.
this feels like a Game of Thrones thing. Like,
I've said this before. I've said it a dozen times. If I were Warner Brothers, I would not have sold or agreed to yet.
Yeah, but like you have to think, like, you do kind of have to give it to Netflix on that deal. Like this is probably like one of the biggest deals we've seen in a minute. Like I understand why they wanted this, and I do think this is going to do massive things for them. And I think if they stand by this does well for them because they get the benefits from the theatrical releases of these movies, some very big IPs, some very big movies that can make a lot of money, and then they can combine their streaming stuff. I do think Netflix will become the biggest streamer, like definitively once this goes through.
Sure.
Right? I don't think there was like because like they were pretty big before, but it was like we can waver back and forth. This gives them the ultimate IP machine.
It
Like,
just
this
really
gives
rubbed me the
them-
wrong way whenever Netflix themselves flat out admitted, yeah, we didn't give any consideration to the game side of this whole thing. That wasn't on our docket at all. Number one, that rubbed me the wrong way, and two, they've been trying to like push a lot of their streaming games lately, which personally, like, why? For one
Yeah.
thing, like, really not a large percentage of your viewership are engaging with those things in the first place. So, just as somebody who's passionate about that side of it, it rubbed me the wrong way.
I'm still not pro merger. I would prefer there aren't mergers and we have more studios and less corporate douchebags.
Right, like
that are
I want more studios and not everybody under one giant umbrella.
I am just happy that this is seemingly, at least for now, not taking away the theater experience for now. But again, what happens? Just this hypothetical world. What happens if Supergirl makes $2? What happens when Mortal Kombat doesn't do? Just hypothetical things. What happens if you have a string of like unsuccessful movies in theaters? Are they then going to be like, actually Netflix originals? Actually, we're doing this. Actually, we're doing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see.
Somebody brought up where was it here? The physical media aspect of this. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been a stickler for physical media personally.
Yeah.
Can't see my mouth moving right now, but throughout all of this, like, I've always said that if a streaming service or whatever you're watching, say it goes kaput, then nobody can take one of these and a working player away from you.
Yeah.
Eric, have you talked about the DreamWorks Netflix thing yet?
No. Mm-mm.
For a second, I
So-
thought you said Dreamer Netflix. I was like, what?
DreamWorks Netflix. So
Gotcha.
one thing that's been going on this week that I'm actually pretty pissed about myself is the deal between Netflix and DreamWorks. I almost said it again, Jake. Jesus. A lot of the deals with those shows have run out, and now there's become a mass removal of.
And it's
those
on Peacock
DreamWorks
now, right?
shows. As far as we know, they're not going. A lot of these aren't going anywhere.
think
Says
some of
here
them-
Are they?
Some are going to Pluto, I know.
Yeah, it says
Are
here,
they?
DreamWorks
Okay.
series that were once Netflix staples are now getting shifted elsewhere. At least one notable case, DreamWorks animation series left Netflix and moved to Peacock. Fans
Okay.
aren't happy about it. A broader list of DreamWorks television shows are scheduled to leave Netflix has been circulating. It's not based on creative issues; it's about licensing rights.
So does that mean
That's
I
it.
need to? Does that mean I need to hurry up and watch Last Wish?
I don't know. I hadn't heard anything about this, so I'm just kind of looking at the headlines right now until I
Okay.
figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, like I know there was like a big panic from people though. Like there was, the like big one that I was into. I saw the fan freaking out was like She-Ra. Like She-Ra
Yeah.
is such a massively
Yeah.
popular show, and they're like, we don't know where it's going. And like there's the potential that season 4 and 5 could become lost media, and like that is scary.
Right.
That is terrifying, and it would not be the first time that streaming services have done that, where it's like, well, they're gone. Sorry guys, can't watch them.
Short
I mean,
car, you said
Runaways.
you said who the fuck uses Pluto? I use Pluto. I know a number of my friends that use Pluto. He said, guess what? It's free.
Yeah,
There's a
it's on
number
my
of stuff-
TV as well. Yeah.
And there's a number of stuff on there that aren't on other services.
Well,
Give it a
those
try.
services also get a lot of classic stuff that you can't find even
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
physical media.
Yeah, Pluto and Tubi both get that. So
Yeah.
I would say, don't discount them, don't downplay them until you've tried it. Give it a whirl. You might find stuff on there you like.
All right, so I do want to talk about my thoughts on Avatar. I know a lot of you guys aren't watching Avatar. I'm not going to talk spoilers, but I did see it tonight, so I want to just get my general thoughts on it and how
So
it's
how
doing
was
right
that
now in
Doomsday
sales.
trailer?
It was just the Captain America Steve
I'm
Rogers trailer. By the way, anecdotally, no reaction in my theater. It was a full theater.
For the movie or the
No reaction to. Well, this movie got a standing ovation in my theater. Like several people stood up and clapped for it. But for the Captain America trailer, it was a lot of people going, "What?" They were just like completely confused because we just had a movie with Sam Wilson as Captain America, and now they're seeing Steve Rogers as Captain America. Which, if you skipped everything since Endgame, you have no fucking idea what happened.
Nope.
You're muted, Darren. By the way,
You're muted.
Sorry. I mean, opening night for Avatar is also probably a lot of like cinephiles. Like, it's probably not people. It's not probably a lot of people like us that are like watching this shit.
Yeah, but
It's
like the people sitting next to me, like the guy and his wife were sitting there, and he's like, and she said to him, "Didn't he give the shield to the other guy?" And it's like, yeah, they're very confused, very confused.
God, they're gonna have a fucking brain aneurysm when the movie comes out. They're gonna be like, "Wait, didn't Iron Man die?"
So right now, Avatar: Fire and Ash is tracking to do a 340 to 380 million opening weekend. It would be one of the biggest global debuts of 2025, but lower than Way of the Water. But that doesn't really surprise me. Everything this year has been lower than what it's supposed to be. So I'm not a massive Avatar fan. My partner is. I'm not. But they wanted me to get tickets for us to go, and so we got tickets for opening night, so we go and see it. The theater was packed. All the seats were taken. So for me in my area, that doesn't say much though, because it's a smaller theater. But it's quite possible that, it's like that other places. I don't know. I think it's going to do well. If I were ranking the Avatar movies in the order that I like them, this would be number one.
Number one?
Number one.
Oh, wow.
It's the best of the three, in my opinion.
Okay.
And my partner agreed with me, and our friends agreed with me.
Okay.
So our ranking order would be 3, 1, 2. That would be our ranking order.
Oh, wow.
I know people who actually prefer 2 to 1.
Well,
I
2.
prefer 2 to 1.
So here's the thing: 2 and 3 feel like one long story. It's very, very connected. Like the way this one picks up and the way the other one ended, this is a very, very connected series of movies.
I still haven't seen 2.
I think I might just do a rewatch of them because my memory is so bad. Like I didn't.
You have to. I would say that's a good idea, Darren, because some of the people that went with us didn't watch the second movie before we went to watch this, and they were completely confused on the names of characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just common sense. If you go to watch Avatar 3, it should go without saying that you should watch part 2 first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. This box office not like those are good numbers. Those are really good numbers. We also have to keep into consideration what is it like a $400 million budget as well, though.
Oh yeah.
Also, inflation and everything. You have to get all that into account.
Yeah, I think it's going to do fine in cinemas, but also it's like I do think that's an insane. Did it look good?
Oh, it looked beautiful.
Do you think it's worth that $400 million budget?
Oh, I don't on the screen.
The amount of VFX they had to do to make this movie happen, I don't see how they could have done it any cheaper.
Okay.
Because you spend the majority of the time with the Na'vi, there's not a lot of time outside of those areas, so it would have been really hard to do a lot of practical stuff because it would have just been impossible. So, but I do think that these types of movies are a product of their time. I don't think we see a movie like this, unless James Cameron gets an opportunity to do like a number 4 or something like that. I don't think we'd see a movie in that way. But I will tell you this: I cried in this movie.
Oh wow!
I cried. There are moments with goosebumps. There's no dip. From the moment the movie starts to you get to the end, it's just a constant you're keeping up with the story. He does a really good job of jumping back and forth between characters. I liked it a lot. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite movies of the year, and I'm not a huge Avatar fan, but the movie was just good. It was a good movie. I think if it does well financially, that would be a great reflection on the film. And when I say does well financially, these movies like Avatar, to be considered successful just because it's Avatar, it's got to be around the 2 billion range, because that's what they look for with this movie. That's not my metric. That's just the metric of the franchise. So, we'll see. I think if it gets north of like 1.5, they would be happy. But yeah. And Ronan, you're going to see it on Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And Jake, you don't care about Avatar, right? You're not going to see this in theaters? Wait, did Jake freeze again?
Hold on, let me see.
Hold on. Let me see.
I think. Terrible poses. Oh my
Clip
god.
this.
That photo when like, oh my god, this is a new X-Men figure on launching.
By the way, I want to point out with the Avatar thing, we talked about this. We're like, okay, so this Avatar franchise has Earth Na'vi, Wind Na'vi, Water Na'vi, and Fire Na'vi, right? The Fire Na'vi are considered in the trailers. I don't want to spoil the movie. In the trailers, you see him as like more of an antagonist, right? So the Fire Nation attacks, and then they have to use the powers of the Avatar to defeat the Fire Nation. By looking back on their ancestors, aka the spirit world that exists in the Avatar world, where they have to connect to the trees. So it's literally just Avatar.
Airbender.
It's just
It's
Last
yeah.
Airbender. With blue cat people.
Yeah.
Is essentially what it is.
Yeah, I stand by. I stand by that Avatar Last Airbender should have been allowed to just be Avatar because that's what they wanted. It was supposed to just be called Avatar, but they couldn't because of the lead people. I think they should have been called Pandora. I think not only is that a better title, I think it makes more sense for what that movie does, like their entire thing. But that's just me. I don't know. I'm more excited for the actual Avatar movie next year, though. I'm excited for Legend of the Airbender. I bet it's good, though. I bet it's a good movie.
No, it is. Like, honestly, I feel very confident that people are going to like it. Whether or not it does well financially is, we'll have to wait and see. All right, so here is the last thing. Actually, there's two pictures, but we're going to look at this one first. This was the last thing I had in my notes.
The picture of Jake.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is our first look as Jessica Jones on the set of Daredevil Born Again.
Come as you are. As you are.
How are we feeling about this season now that we know kind of what's going to be going on with these characters?
Oh man,
If you would have shown this to me 3 years ago, I would have shit my pants. Like,
I have a photo of when I met both Charlie and Christine years before there was even talks, I think, of him coming back, and it was still, Save Daredevil movement. Respectable, not as bombastic as the Snyder Cut movement, but like I remember getting a sticker of Save Daredevil. I'm like, yeah. And then I look at that photo, I can see it from right here. Looking at that photo, and then I look at this, I'm like, wow.
This is crazy. Low key, Jessica Jones was one of my favorite shows in the Marvel Netflix universe. I really enjoyed it. Season 2 was rough, but seasons 1 and 3 I really enjoyed, and I like the way they wrapped it up. So I'm very curious to see like how she's doing now. Clearly, she still loves leather jackets and denim, so that's good. But like Columbia Rica says, they did Luke Cage dirty. Yeah. I hope that we do get an opportunity to see, if it's not this season, that there is something planned to bring Luke Cage back.
Because they ended on a cliffhanger. It was literally the Godfather ending. It's like, yo, he's going.
They have an opportunity to do what the CW Arrowverse did with a lot of DC shows that didn't get proper endings, was that they gave them an opportunity to wrap up their stories. If we get Luke Cage showing up here, we could just continue whatever that story was going to be and show him as like he's running the club or something like that to sort of wrap that up, You
know what I think they might be doing? And I think I've shared this on here prior. But there's been a pattern. We had Punisher show up in season 1, and he shortly after got announced as to get his own special presentation.
And he's also in Spider-Man, yeah.
I would not be shocked at all if she's in this season and they shortly announce Jessica Jones' special presentation.
Yeah.
Season 3, we introduced Luke Cage. He gets a special presentation.
So like 2027, we get a Jessica Jones special presentation, and then in 2028, we would get like a Luke Cage special.
And then if those all do well, Defenders, show or movie or something to wrap this saga up.
You know how we talk about Avengers and with the potentials? I still make the argument that welcome back.
No, Eric, I probably won't see it in theaters. I might see it eventually.
I still want to see the Defenders meet the Avengers.
I do too.
I still need that because that is also another generational thing. I'm like, yo, when we were getting the movies that as much as we are now, these shows, this community of Netflix Marvel shows was
Mhm.
also a unique thing on its own. It was the early days of Stranger Things, and like way before other big shows on the streaming service. But like, I still need them to meet up with the Avengers and be like, "Who the are you guys?" And be like,
Yeah,
"Who are you guys?" And they're just
yeah,
like, "Oh,
yeah.
I could
You
see
guys
them
are.
being in.
You guys aren't the defenders. You're the heroes for hire. Actually.
I would not be shocked if they're in like the final battle of like Secret Wars. I think that there needs to be this moment of like you didn't get what you were due in Endgame, because there's a whole subset of people who are like, is that everybody? It's like, no, that wasn't everybody. Where's Shield and where's Runaways and so it's like
Where's
I
Cloak
could
and Dagger?
I could see. I don't think they get much focus, but I do
Right.
think there's going to be like a little section of
Yeah.
their little battlefield that's dedicated to like
Yeah.
the like pre-Disney Plus Marvel characters. How sick would that be? They don't even have to have them speak, but it's the Shield cast, the like Netflix cast, Cloak and Dagger, Runaways, all
Right.
in their little. Lose my mind. Like,
And then
like,
Wong's
that
gonna
would-
be like, "What? You wanted more?"
We also
that
got
would make me
this.
more excited than any like old like legacy cameo, like Ben Affleck as Daredevil. Like it would, I would. Be
Hey,
so...
hey, I would appreciate the hell out of that because listen, he's expressed no desire to put on a superhero costume again,
Hey, it's Shaggy.
and Eric muted me.
I didn't
but-
hit you.
And the host muted your mic, and these two up here aren't hosting.
I didn't touch anything.
Yeah, no. If they're gonna do that, I forgot what the hell I was saying. Now that threw me off. Now, I get what you're saying, Darren, about like that being more exciting than any sort of legacy cast. But if they were to bring Affleck as Daredevil back, that's the thing I wanted to say.
Fair.
I would
Okay,
just
so this
appreciate
is
that.
this is Matthew Lillard. Also, this is the first look at him. Sorry.
I'm just saying I would appreciate that because he's expressed no desire to put on a superhero costume again. So it'd be nice if he were to actually do it. Whether it's a red suit or a gray suit, I wouldn't care.
So Matthew Lillard is playing, I'm assuming, a character named Mr. Charles. I think was the name they were going with.
Xavier." I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
crazy.
supposedly like opposite of Kingpin in terms of like trying to run the city. I don't know if I buy that. He's really gonna have to like win me over to go against Kingpin.
Wait a minute.
What?
Is this supposed to be a? No. I was about to have a really out there theory, because I thought back to for anybody who remembers Spider-Man '90s, whenever Kingpin is like constantly at war with all those other like crime family leaders.
Right.
This is probably not going to happen, but watch me make this out there prediction right now and be right. What if this is Silvermane?
Oh.
Ooh.
I remember people saying he was going to be like Stiltman or something. I remember that was a theory for a while.
I remember hearing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
is that going to happen? There's a 2% chance. But hey, if it happens, then I don't know. Somebody owes me $5.
I do hope he is someone other than just like opponent number 2 for what I mean? Like
Right.
Matthew Lillard is such like a legend, and like I hope that his one MCU character isn't just like a one-off opponent for Wilson that dies in episode 4,
Yeah.
something like that. Like I want him to have a really like I hope there's a thing in like episode 5, like similar to like what Steel was in Superman and Lois, where we're like, oh no, it's him. That's crazy.
You gotta watch that, Ronan.
Cyclops. That's crazy.
Lone Wolf of the $2 super chat says heard Lillard's gonna have no scenes with Charlie, so it's strictly
Aw.
Well, I
character
mean,
with
I mean-
Kingpin.
Charlie won't be able to see him anyway.
Yeah. That was the last topic. However, with Jake's internet, I don't know if playing a game is going to be the best
Let's-
thing to do.
If
Yeah.
we can round it out quick, then I can.
I don't. We could try, but it's going to be rough. I think. We
Let's
do have
see.
one more super chat before Ronan jumps away, though, because I want to get his thoughts on this quickly. $2 super chat from Lone Wolf. Any thoughts on the Oscars exclusively moving to YouTube in 2029?
This was, I think, inevitable. Maybe it gives people a chance to cover it. I highly doubt it the way YouTube's been acting.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like if we saw Game Awards and how much it was, struggling to maintain while people were covering it. Look at like what happened last year on the Netflix side whenever they tried to do the fucking Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight and how much the network was struggling. If they're actually going to do this, they need to make sure that it is able to stably run it.
Yeah, and I think someone said, I forgot who it was, probably the hot mic, that they were like, this probably helps international cinema fans as well, because how much the Oscars are now opening up to more stories than just made in Hollywood, and so like every country has YouTube, and so
I thought you were talking about our friend Mike. I was like, I didn't know you saw him that way.
no, what? No,
Sorry, you said the hot mic. I got confused.
the podcast.
Yeah, no, I know.
I definitely do think more events like this do need to be streamable, though. Like, I think that's just the current culture.
And let us react to them.
Yeah. I mean,
I would love, like, I'm not an award show person typically, but because I could react to the Game Awards, it made it fun. Like, let us react to it. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how, because, like, I love the Oscars, and, like, I've been trying to figure out, like, okay, I want to cover it somehow this year. How do I do it without actually showing it on screen? Obviously, I can't do that. But, like, but, like that aspect's exciting to me. Like, I would like to, like, watch it live with people, but it's like, how do we work
like, I
around
want to
that?
see the next time that they, go to announce Best Picture, and then they fuck up with the Best Actress envelope, and then they read out the wrong movie.
The Mighty Nine. Yes. I love that fucking cartoon. So good. So good. Anyway, Ronan's got to jump out of here. So thank you for hanging out, Ronan.
Thank you,
and we'll
guys.
catch you next time.
Yeah.
So,
Stay tuned. I'll see y'all. I'm dropping more stuff, and then God help us over the next 2 weeks of YouTube and holiday stuff. But until then, stay safe and see you,
All right.
Space Cowboys.
see ya.
I'll is he gone?
What happened?
I'll text you in the morning, Ronan, about
Okay.
tomorrow's thing, just to check with all that stuff.
Okay. See ya.
All right.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask about that, Darren.
Stream.
Wait, hold on. There was another comment here.
Just off stream.
Yeah, so Neon apparently is a new movie studio label they're going to be releasing.
Yeah, I did hear about this.
I mean, it just goes to show that they at least anticipate that Netflix is going to keep their the film studio side open. So, we'll see. Let me see. Was there anything else? I think that was it pretty much. So what we're going to do instead of doing a game, this is what I was thinking about. I'm going to be streaming on Christmas Day, and I don't think we're going to get any major news on Christmas Day. I think Christmas Day is probably going to be, I'm hoping,
Normal
like a slow day.
Nerdcast time.
No. Well, yeah, like 11-ish, around that time.
Okay.
I was thinking we could knock out a few lists. So we could do like 3 of them on one night. On that night, if everybody's going to be here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just be
So,
careful for spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. But if it's like later in the night, around 11 or so, then I should be fine by then.
Should.
Rogers, yeah, the Critical Drinker video is coming. I've already decided which one I'm going to do. I just have to film it. Any thoughts on the recent 9 episode? I love it. It's one of my favorite cartoons. Like, I keep saying this over and over and over again, but I truly believe it. We are in a renaissance era for like animated stuff. This is such a good series with like a lot of heart, a lot of characters that have like complex stories. I love it. I love it. I know it's Critical Role's second campaign, but I think it's a lot of people's favorite. So
I just went on a whole rant earlier about how I love the weekly journey, but I'm excited to binge it this week because I just had time.
The
for
Mighty
it.
Nine.
Yeah, I just.
You're gonna love it. It's so good. They're almost hour long episodes.
Whoa, that's incredible.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm excited.
A couple things here. I did, but I'm when it comes to trailers, I'm not going to watch them unfortunately without super chats because I keep getting hit. My videos keep getting hit because of trailers. Also, the Spielberg movie looks like it's very similar to Pluribus, and I'm enjoying Pluribus right now. So.
Really quickly, I read Jeffrey's comment and I thought he meant like Chris Evans.
Oh, imagine it
I
drops
thought
on
it
Chris.
dropped on
Oh my
Chris.
God.
I was like, Evans?
Yeah.
What? I was like, what does
Yeah.
that mean?
No. See, I read it as the trailer like dropping like physically on Chris in the comments. That's how I read it.
Yeah. I'm not watching
Sorry,
any
Chris.
more trailers for Anaconda. I love the first one, so I'm going to wait till the movie comes out.
Uh,
I don't want to
what's the
have
date
any
on
more.
that?
So it's next year sometime. I just don't know
Soon.
when. Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
yeah, it's like a week from now.
Oh, is it really? Is that soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All right.
Christmas.
Oh, Christmas. Okay, cool. No, you don't have to watch anything before watching Mighty Nine. It's a completely independent series.
So, this Christmas or next Christmas?
It comes out like in like a couple days.
I thought it was
shit.
next year.
I thought it was
Yeah, the
next year.
marketing
too.
hasn't been great. I feel like.
Yeah. No, it hasn't. But it might do well. It's one of those like weird comedy movies that does well. All
I don't know.
right, so
I love the whole like story behind that movie, so I'll definitely be going to see it.
all right, so here's the options in the Debunks channel. This is like a 3-minute warning before we wrap things up. Bonus critical drinker breakdown, which is different from a critical drinker video. This would be more talking about the channel and stuff like that. Nerdrotic live stream deep dive, where I'll go through a lot of the F&Ts and critical drinker, all the live streams that he does. Fallacy arguments explored, or the Kino Flex reaction. Apparently Kino Flex talked about me and people want me to react to it. I will check it out if you guys vote on that one. On the Reloaded channel, top 5s or top 3s, depending on what night we're doing it. Mistakes that the MCU has made.
No boy.
So things that we consider mistakes in the MCU, not like actual mistakes, things that we consider to be mistakes. And to go along with that, top 5 mistakes the DCEU has made. That might be a fun discussion. Top 5 best fight scenes in all movies. That's one on the list. Or top 5 unexpected reveals in movies and TV shows. Basically, reveals that you didn't see coming and they happen, and you're like, oh shit. So, those are the options. That's
They
like
be good or bad reveals.
it doesn't matter. Just unexpected reveals that you can talk about. You hated them or you didn't hate them. Yeah. So Vox Machina is in the same universe as 9, but I was told they're separated by like time. Like they're not. They don't take place at the same time period. I don't know if that's true, but they can still do crossover episodes. We know in D&D stuff, you time travel and shit like that, so it could happen. Or I could be completely wrong. The information I have is completely wrong about that. I don't know. Look, Short Car says top 5 mistakes that the MCU has made could be a 3-hour convo. Well, that's why if we end up in that one, that might be a whole stream by itself come next year.
Same
That
thing
might be
with
a
the
whole
DC
separate stream.
Same
Yeah.
thing with the DCEU, honestly.
If that one wins, for sure, 100%.
God.
Let's see here. Anyway, before we check the polls or whatever, anything going on in you guys' channels you want to shout out?
You go ahead, Darren.
Just Pipeline. I posted a Pipeline today. Our Christmas episode actually. We talked Home Alone 1 and 2, which is up there. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. So that was
Yeah,
fun.
I'm glad they only made 2 of them.
Yep, only 2 and not 4 following that. That's still insane to me. 6 Home Alone movies is insane.
Isn't there a show too?
Are you,
There a show?
is there?
What?
I thought they were either working on one or it came out.
I know Macaulay Culkin said he wants to do another one. Like he wants to come back and do like
Wow.
a 7th Home. That should not be a real sentence.
Just
7th Home
imagine
Alone.
that, like, it happens in a modern house and, like, he has a security system up and it just attacks anybody who comes near. I don't think you could convince Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern to come back for another one.
Yeah, he's like 80 years old.
Yeah. That time they couldn't survive.
He's done.
What about you, Jake? Anything? Any
Um,
stuff happening?
Well, I put another Jack and Dexter episode out yesterday. I've got my final Lost Levels of the year this Sunday. One of my long-form videos of the year coming out in the next few days, where I did a collab with Electric Alex, where we went over what were, in our opinions, the best superhero video games, along with a handful of honorable mentions. That video is like an hour long. Yeah, the normal stuff that I plug, I'll try to intermix in there as often as I can. And I got big plans for 2026. Not just concepts of a plan. I got big plans.
Okay. Cool. All right, so let's see what everybody voted on. We're going to start with the Debunks channel. What have you guys asked for me to do? We have a critical drinker breakdown, which is like I go to the channel and I look at all the numbers and all those things. It's always a lot of fun.
Darren,
let me go ahead
looked like he
and,
was getting ready for the dentist office.
Oh, by the way, did you guys see the SpongeBob movie is at like 90% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Really?
Oh, wait, it came out?
Yeah, it comes out.
SpongeBob Big Guy,
Hey.
hands on head.
Yeah.
SpongeBob Big. That's one of the new songs.
I was like, really? I was like, all right.
Wait,
It's like the
am I
highest
sure? Am I sure about what, Jeffrey? That they're not just concepts? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Also, Darren, is your Godspeed like falling over there? I noticed it's like tilted.
So with 46%, almost 50% of the votes, top
Sorry.
5 mistakes that the MCU has made.
Oh, I guess they wanted a 3-hour thing.
Just top 5? I
Yeah.
have a top
It's-
55 here. I don't...
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a whole book over here. Oh, I'm gonna have to find. I know I've got it somewhere. And I know some people like I know Sean has even showed this in some of his videos. That like book of the MCU thing where it goes into all the production stuff.
Oh.
I've got that somewhere. So if you want, whenever we're talking about that, we can source it.
Okay.
Or
Is that
we
the
can consult.
timeline book? Or is that different?
Not like the in-universe timeline book. It's like going into the productions of each thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Thanks, guys, for the super chats and everyone. It's about 2 a.m., so I know a lot of people said they were tired in the chat. I'm tired, too. I think everybody's kind of exhausted, so we're going to wrap it up. But we will be live. Oh, wait. We got a super chat. So I wanna
They just
answer
want you to
the-
keep going.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing a review of the episode. It should be out tomorrow as a short. So I'll talk about it more. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Lone Wolf. I'm recording it as a short. I think I mentioned before, Jake beheaded the Green Goblin. Oh my God. I think I mentioned on, I don't know if it was last stream or the stream before, that I'm going to be reviewing shows as shorts for this year coming up, unless it's a very big episode. So definitely keep an eye on that. It'll be out tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Anyway, thanks everybody. Again, thanks for all the super chats, all that good stuff, and we will see everyone later. I'm tired. I got to get out of here. Hey there, if you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.